All right. Hello. Good evening, family. Welcome to another episode of the ONG Strike Zone alongside Kelvin Rozier. I'm Bryan Fulford, and Marcus Green normally would be with us, but he's on assignment. And so you'll see Marcus, maybe you'll see Marcus in the chats. Maybe he'll join us later. But Marcus did prepare some good stuff for us today. Kelvin, how you doing? Give us an update on what's going on with you in Tallahassee. And I'm going to finish reposting this message here on Twitter. So go ahead. What's good, man? How you doing?
Man, I'm doing wonderful. I'm getting excited now. We're getting closer and closer to the start of fall camp. And, the 100 just had their band camp. So, you start hearing that music. And, a few more people start trickling in town. So it's football season, man. And I'm feeling good, feeling real good.
Yeah, I think there's some good optimism after Media Day. SWAC Media Day, and all the media days are actually done. The last of the major four HBCU conferences had their media day today, the SIAC. And I think now that all of those are in the books, I think on some of the other shows, we'll kind of begin to talk about, who represented themselves well. But I think overall, I think FAMU has really caught the attention of a lot of people. I think people who may have questioned or wondered what FAMU might be like or who FAMU might be, I think that number 10 ranking was deserved, and hell, as we talked about, probably should have even been higher. But
yeah, absolutely. And a lot of the narrative around our team at Media Day didn't really center around the talent of the coaching.
No,
it was the off the field stuff. Do you have something to play for? That kind of thing. So, I think they understand. We still FAMU. Ain't nothing changed.
And I thought one of the best things that Coach said was with the new poll. I mean, it now opens the door for FAMU to remain in the conversation at an even more heightened level.
Yes.
Because I think we would have been in the conversation, like I said, we continue winning, we continue to have good games, and like we talked about at the show, we have the opportunity to remain in the conversations. But now it's even bigger because we do have those opportunities to play. I'm just going to flat out say it, play spoilers. And, FAMU could end up with the best record in the East.
Oh, yeah.
And damn it, I'm going to hang a banner up as East Division champions. Shit.
Hey,
I'm going to claim us as if we finish first with the best record in the East, doggone it, I'm going to say it, we'll be the East Division champions. Now, whoever is the next best team, they'll play for the SWAC championship. So be it.
Absolutely. And I love that Coach brought up we got 3 homecomings. I'm glad he emphasized that.
Yes. Yeah, we got 3 homecoming games to play for. So a lot of stuff. But let's let the people know what we got on the plate today. Coming up at the bottom of the hour, we're going to talk to Dr. Jason Black, who's the advisor for FAMU Esports. So we'll talk to him about the FAMU video game club, what's going on with esports on campus. I feel like esports is one of, now I love video games. I just don't have the time, unfortunately, to play them. So I'm not bought in on the college, 27 or 26 or whatever year we're on. But I know it's big. So getting a chance to kind of talk to him and seeing how is that? Because there was a time we were talking about that as an emerging sport.
Oh yeah, it is. It still is. A lot of schools have actual esports programs. Yes. We got a club, and that's one of the things I want to. When we talk with Dr. Black, I want him to kind of talk about the distinction and some very exciting things that will happen in the fall.
Okay, well, we'll talk to him about that. Coming up in hour 2, we're going to talk to Coach G, Coach Garfield Ellenwood II, our director of FAMU track and field, of course, a multi-SWAC championship coach. A lot of changes happening with our track and field program. We have seen the NIL bug, transfer bug hit our baseball program. We've seen it in the past hit our basketball programs. It's not uncommon in football, but track and field has some significant hits that they have taken. And so we will talk to him about that, and we'll kind of go through and spotlight some of the athletes. Some big-time names have
he's doing a great job of replacing them, Bryan.
Yes.
But the places where some of these athletes went is pretty impressive, right? It's pretty impressive.
Yes, it is impressive. And so we'll always love talking to Coach G, very honest and open. So I know we'll get a chance to talk to him because he's done a great job of reloading. This is the word we'll use, right? Not replacing, reloading.
Yes.
And so that's what we'll talk. And then at the bottom of hour 2, not to keep them waiting, but it's just a loaded show. We missed them last Wednesday when we were in Birmingham. So this Wednesday, we've got the ladies of Fang Exchange, Ashley and Tache, the design creators of the sharpest dressed athletes of all media days. And I've now seen all the media days.
And it was unanimous. Even people from other schools had to give it up and acknowledge.
Yeah, I think if we did a drip check or whatever you want to call it, a fit check, whatever, of all the programs across all 4 conferences, FAMU took home first place prize. So I don't know which one of you content creators are going to do that. But if FAMU's not number 1, you're sipping on some sauce. That's all I'm going to say. So we'll go behind the scenes and kind of find out how all of that came about, because that's what I'm curious about. And with so much going on, I only got a little snippet and was only able to kind of talk to Ashley and Tache a little bit about how all that came to be. So I look forward to them shedding some light on that. And then, of course, NIL is always a big issue. So we'll talk to them and try to gather up the troops and see where we're at with NIL. Hopefully all of you who are in Rattler Nation watching our show are a contributor in some way. And we just got to bluntly put it out there some way. I mean,
absolutely.
If you all are watching this show, you are probably and most likely an avid supporter of one or all of FAMU sports programs. Well, guess what? All of you need to be supporting FAMU's NIL program.
Absolutely.
And that's through Fang Exchange. Now, we're going to get into some interesting conversations because various schools I've heard in these media days, we're talking about they're doing rev share and things like that. And it it just continues to be a head scratcher about how far behind we are. And I don't know.
I attribute it to the turnover. You know, I kind of had that discussion about it last week, Wednesday. I attribute it to a little bit of all the turnover and inexperience. Things already move kind of slow. So, but I think some things may be happening in the background still, but it just ain't happening at the speed that it needs to.
Yeah. The wheels move very slow on the highest of 7 hills, and somehow, some way, that's got to change.
Yeah,
got to change. But anyway, let's get into introducing and saying hello to some of the family that jumped in early before I turn on the chat and say hello to everybody. Kelvin, I don't know how you beat all these people in. You know, you beat everyone in. Ken Rozier, it's a Rozier double jumping in early. Shout out to the Rozier. Shout out to Ken. Thank you for being a JBN subscriber as well, Ken. Bull checking in. Good to see you, Bull. Thank you for checking in. Jimmy Mack, also, good evening, Jimmy. Good to see you. Ashton Harris. What up, Ashton? Dr. Melissa Wilson. Checking in. Good to see you. B Starks, a JBN subscriber. Thank you, B Starks, checking in. Mikiba West, thank you for checking in as well. Meredith, JBN subscriber. Hey, Meredith. Marcus, representing Middle Georgia. Good to see you, Marcus. Mary 305, another JBN subscriber. South Florida in the house. Lil Baby. Good to see you, Lil Baby.
Is that the legend?
It's the legend. The GOAT.
He must jumped in thinking he was going to get a third Strike Awards.
Look, I mean, you know, he got big news himself, man. Mr. Padilla popped the question, got a hell yeah. And congratulations.
Congratulations, Josh.
Yeah, congratulations, man. Congratulations. So if you know, you know. But shout out to the Padillas. S, with an S on the end. Hello.
Hello.
Thank you for checking in. Bull, I already got you. Yes, sir. 5 weeks away. Coming up on 5 Saturdays. And can't get here fast enough. Shaco, thank you for checking in. Good to see you. Alice McCullough checking in from the 561.
Palm Beach in the house.
Oh, Jimmy Mack, you got to give me, man, look. You got to give me a shout out. Don't tell me on the show that you're in town. Give me a heads up, man. You know, I ain't doing nothing right now, sadly. Tamara T, what up, Tamara? Thank you for being a JBN subscriber. Let me see. Shaco said he picked up the new tent from Sam's Club. All right. You know, someone told me, you know, I have seen these in the Facebook groups, the Sam's Club merchandise, right?
Mm-hmm.
Someone told me that you can purchase those like on the Sam's Club app.
Some of them. They don't have everything.
Okay.
Right. But they do have some things.
If anybody in the Orlando area has been to a Sam's Club in Orlando, is Orlando running merch as I can't imagine they're running as plentiful as Tallahassee, but are they?
I don't know what they have. I don't know what they have right now, but I would tell you that I have ordered online FAMU at least a chair back from the Sam's in Orlando.
Okay. All right. Well, I maybe I have to go get my Sam's membership. You know, I'm in a debate right now between do I get Costco, Sam's Club, or BJ?
Do them both.
Do them both.
I don't know about BJ's because we ain't got one.
I mean, we got BJ's. BJ's is like giving away. You know, you can join BJ's for like $15 a month. Every time I pay for something, I got
a month.
Yeah, it's like some kind of discount code. BJ's is like giving away memberships. I don't know, man. Something.
Okay.
I don't know. I know Costco got the best, the little snack bar with the best prices on, you know, the hot dog and drink for like $1.50. They say that'll never change.
I don't go there for that.
Anyway, Zeke Love, good to see you. Thank you for checking in. Look at Area flexing from Vegas. Oh, okay. Big time. Look at you.
Let me see. What time is it in Vegas?
Yeah, that means it's the afternoon. It's like 5.
Yeah, 6. What 6? Yes, 6:26.
No, they 3. Yeah, 3 hours. They 3 hours behind. Okay. Let's see. Gail checking in from Cleveland. Thank you for being a JBN subscriber. Gail, is LeBron? What's LeBron doing? Is he coming to Cleveland or not? Now the money says he's going to Miami.
He will not be rushed.
That's ridiculous. The league,
ridiculous.
You know what? The league got to just go ahead and set the schedule. And you know what? They can always change it. They can always flex somebody out. What they're trying to do is they're trying to see. That's called being a good partner. That's called, the league is trying to set their TV schedule.
Well, if you want to be a good partner, he got LeBron. Them call him. Don't put him on blast publicly.
Well, I wouldn't be surprised if he already has called him.
In year 24, yeah. Bro, I get what you talk to my peoples.
Go ahead. Just drop the schedule, NBA. Drop the schedule. Stop waiting on LeBron, and just go ahead and put your schedule out. Act like he's the 24-year veteran retired on his last leg. Anyway, move forward. There's enough stars.
I ain't going to Indianapolis.
Yeah, I am. You know me. I'm a petty hater. That's exactly what the new shirt is going to say. Petty hater. What up, Troy? Good to see you. Steve Campbell checking in.
What's up,
Good
Steve?
to have you. Good to have you. What Davis is doing. What happened? What happened? What? Oh, what? I don't understand. You can't. Is there something I'm missing there?
No, he just saying because you said so much. We bring it out on special occasions. Plus we more handsome. Plus we more handsome than you too.
Oh boy, we got eyebrows. No, Troy's eyebrows look good. I was peeping them. I was peeping. They look good the other day. Why would you even mess that up, Troy? You got good looking eyebrows. No diddy. But anyway, Demetra. Hey, Demetra, how you doing? Good to see you. Thank you for checking in. Let me see. A lot of esports guys. Emmett Jones checking in. Good to see you, Emmett. Rick Kinsey checking in. Good, Rick.
What's up, Rick?
How you doing? Gilbert.
What's going on, Gil?
Thank you for being a JBN subscriber. Rattler in Arms checking in on Facebook. Let's see. Brian Elliott says I can purchase online from Sam's. Okay. I'm looking for it. Okay. Edwin. Thank you for checking in. Good to see you. Oh, yeah. The Boulay.
Yeah.
Boulay Vegas. Okay. I wondered where they were. I've seen another AK very prominent on Twitter.
Yeah,
she posts every day her fit, but I never saw where she's at though.
As well as a DJ, a certain lady DJ.
Oh, that you know what? That's
Vaughn's daughter.
I saw Vaughn out there. He didn't say what he was out there for, other than supporting. That's his daughter, right?
Yep.
Yeah, supporting her, working with her. I don't know, maybe working for her. I don't know, but I didn't catch that it was, Boulay. So it's all coming together. Thank you, Iria. Appreciate you. Oh, we can only wish, Troy. We can only wish. I don't know. Does he really want to win at this point in his career? I don't know. Tim Young, good to see you, Tim. Thanks for checking in.
Man want to play golf. And he want to have fun.
All right. Retired. You can do both of those things. Anyway, yes, Kelvin did a good job on sipping on Sundays.
Appreciate it.
If you guys caught Kelvin on there with let me see.
Enjoyed it, man.
Yeah.
That was fun.
Good stuff. Got some JSU folks in there. We always welcome the enemy.
What's up, B?
You're always welcome. No earrings in tonight. You can't see them with the headphones. No earrings.
No. Check back about 9:30 when Fang Exchange come on. They might come out.
All right, moving on. All right. Oh, okay. Good stuff. Okay, Layla was the DJ. Okay, very good. Good to see. And hopefully somebody approved all the musical artists and all that stuff. So,
no trick?
No tricks for kids. No tricks for kids.
I don't know now.
No now here, boy. Lord have mercy. Talk about a fumble. Anyway. All right. Checking in from Baton Rouge, Brian Fowler. Good to see you. Thank you for checking in.
What's up, Jags?
Hey, real quick thought. Again, SWAC Media Day is over. We had the any other big takeaways? You know, I was going back through and scanning some of the post interviews, you know, because you do those in the moment. And I'm the kind of person that I kind of retain and then I just kind of move forward. But were there any big takeaways for you that maybe you went back and caught from either anybody else's clips or interviews that either Coach Gray or the guys did that resonated with you, Kelvin?
Well, as I said, I was glad that, you know, he addressed the whole having something to play for and directly, and he had specifics, and he mentioned playing for first place in the East and the new poll that's out, championship. And we just so happened out of the top 10, I think we play like 8 of them. So we talked about we're supposed to be consistent. If FAMU do a FAMU, I think Mr. Campbell somebody mentioned about being on probation and teams winning. Thought about the Auburn team, thought about the FAMU team just 5 years ago?
2019.
Yeah. So that stood out. Didn't realize I knew we had some new people on the roster, but I didn't realize we had another transfer quarterback. So that I paid attention to that, and we'll talk about it later. And then outside of that, the guys looking sharp, man. And one thing that is, I can see the leadership and why Quinn brought both guys, but specifically Knowles is very aware, knowledgeable. When he was answering questions, he started talking about making sure guys know how the depth of their routes and why the play was called. And he sounded like a coach when he was talking about the technical parts of football.
You talking about who? Isaiah?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I was very impressed with his football knowledge.
Yeah.
He got the talent, but I just think he's going to be a monster.
I saw him rank, and this is somebody's ranking. This may have been HBCU Go. After media day, everybody wants to do a poll of some kind, where he was listed as I don't know what their criteria was, but it was their HBCU Go's poll, where they ranked the top. Initially, it was the first 10 or the top 10 SWAC quarterbacks, and then I think Zach McKinnell, he called him out because one of the names they had wasn't going to be a starter. So they kind of rephrased it to a top 5. Isaiah was number 2 in both of them, behind Andrew Body. And if we're being honest, right? And this is it, say what you want. I mean, I think personally, Quad Brown, if he's healthy, is going to put up some good numbers.
Mm-hmm.
I think Jared Lockhart of Jackson State is going to be an interesting quarterback. I think he's going to be good this year. He showed flashes last year.
Well, he has weapons on the outside for sure.
Mm-hmm. He does. A lot to work with.
Yeah.
And it's part of the reason why you saw 7 quarterbacks come to SWAC Media Day, right? You saw 7, and you juxtapose that from a year ago where we only had maybe 1, right? But we know that Andrew Body is the player of the year from the SWAC preseason, but there's also another player of the year in the conference, and Isaiah Knowles showed what he is capable of doing
against
us. And, I always kind of chuckle when I hear people start to, how do I want to say this? De-emphasize the level of play, Division II, whatever. So I think in terms of playing statistics, accolades, honors, yeah, he should have been considered as the number 2 quarterback. Now, it's all going to wash out. And I think the reason I saw somebody said, I think what makes it interesting FAMU being 10 is when you yes, it's a new place, but it's going to be a similar system. Quinn and Isaiah have been together for 2 years. Now here they come to FAMU for year 3. And so if you want anybody to know your system, it's the quarterback.
Mm-hmm.
And so how big is that? That the quarterback comes in and he was there for spring practice. He's there to help, as you pointed out, he's there to help everybody understand it.
Mm-hmm.
So not to say that Coach Gray is not going to be involved, but he has a lot of trust.
Yes.
And I found it interesting. He didn't talk to us about this, but he mentioned on the ESPN, the SWAC TV broadcast with Tiffany and Jay, that he actually met with Coach Joe prior to coming to media day. I had no idea that meeting took place. But I find it fascinating where the first mention of elements of the Gulf Coast might be coming back. We might see the 2-minute, 60-minute offense.
Yeah.
Which we kind of thought we might see, but I think that was the first time I'd heard Coach Gray actually mention it.
Mm-hmm.
I'm excited for that. And I think he's got the right guy who can run it.
Yes.
So that's exciting. I also thought I heard Coach Gray said the cannon was coming back.
Boom.
Boom, boom, boom. That thing is going to go off. There's a real possibility, folks. We might see over 30 points a game.
Yeah.
As an average. It's been a long, go back and look in the books. I don't think our previous 2 coaches averaged over 30 a game offensively. I mean, they sure tried, but it just never happened. This is going to be an explosive offense.
Yes. So
those it's safe to say that did the cannon go off on field goals or only touchdowns? Or is it points?
All scores.
So, yes, bring the earplugs, be ready. Be ready. Now, hopefully
they better bring enough ammunition.
Yeah, bring enough ammo, man, because that thing's gonna go off. Let me see. Those were the 2 big things I heard. I'm trying to see. Did I hear anything else from Gray regarding Coach Gray regarding offense? No, I think that's pretty much it. Yeah. All right. Well, I'm sure we'll get into talking a little bit more later in the show when we talk to Ashley and Tache, and we'll tell you more about that the new transfer quarterback that was mentioned and what that means for the quarterback room. We'll speculate on that. Always like to do that. So we'll talk more later in the show. But let's take our first break as we get ready to, on the other side, talk to Dr. Jason Black, the advisor of the FAMU Esports Club. And we'll talk to him on the other side of this break. Hang tight. If you got any questions, drop them in the chat. I'll go ahead and star them, and we'll go from there. You're watching the O&G Strike Zone right here on the Black College Sports Network. Bryan and Kelvin here tonight. We'll be back right after these words.
From cancer care to accidental injuries to cardiac care, we all know that there are times that you can't control what happens in your life. But with Globe Life Family Heritage, you can be prepared to weather the storm when it comes. Call Dr. Beverly Eagle Rogers at 877-300-8269 or visit the website at globelifefamilyheritage.com. With over 25 years of serving communities, Dr. Beverly Eagles Rogers is here to help you and your family through difficult times. Dr. Beverly takes pride in Globe Life being one of the few companies that returns 100% of premiums to clients that stay healthy. So for more information, call Dr. Beverly Eagle Rogers at 877-300-8269 or visit the website at globelifefamilyheritage.com.
If you've ever told yourself, I want to get into real estate but don't know where to start, here's something just for you. From Friday, July 31st to Sunday, August 2nd, the Learn Real Estate Fast Masterclass is coming to McKenzie Office Park in College Park. You'll learn wholesaling, commercial investing, and how to purchase property with zero money or credit. I can tell you, education and access are everything. This masterclass is designed to give you both. Whether you're brand new or ready to level up, this is where you start making real moves. Enjoy free lunch, free study materials, and receive a certification of completion. So don't wait. Seats are filling fast. Do not sit on the sidelines while others build wealth. Take that first step toward ownership and legacy. Get your tickets now at learnrealestatefast.com or tickpick.com. For more information, call 678-859-3303. Master the market, build your legacy, secure your future today.
For over 30 years, HBCU Image has been more than just an apparel store. We've been a movement, a statement, a legacy. We celebrate the pride, the purpose, and the culture that make historically black colleges and universities legendary. Whether you're a student or a lifelong supporter, our gear lets you wear your HBCU story with confidence and style. Because when you wear HBCU Image, you're not just wearing clothes. You're wearing culture. You're wearing pride. You're wearing purpose. HBCU.
This is Bryan Fulford. AD Drew and I are co-hosts of the BCSN Sports Wrap. We talk about all things related to HBCU athletics. From the games, teams, coaches, and fan interest stories, we cover it all. You can find our shows on Facebook at BCSN Sports Wrap, YouTube at MyJDN Online, and everywhere you listen to podcasts like Anchor, Spotify, Google, and Apple Podcasts. You can also find the show on the Jericho Broadcast Network's app. Make sure to download. We look forward to you joining the conversation and being a part of the show.
All right, welcome back to the O&G Strike Zone alongside Kelvin Rozier. I'm Bryan Fulford, and joining us once again, Dr. Jason Black, advisor of FAMU Esports. Dr. Black, welcome back to the O&G. How you doing?
Hey, I'm doing good. How's everybody there?
Doing great.
Doing great.
Great.
All right. Well, I said it earlier, the esports emerging market, but I feel like is it still an emerging market or has it arrived? Are we still kind of in that phase? How would you evaluate that statement about esports as an emerging sports entity or market?
So I look at esports now being maybe as a young adult. So it's no longer arriving. It's already here. And they're starting to develop the platforms and develop the landscape in which people can participate in the various ways that they can participate. We've seen a lot of development over the past 5 years or so in that space. So I think even since the last time we talked about it, there have been a lot more schools that have set up programs, have set up labs. You see a lot more tournaments pop up around the country and even internationally. So it's really exploding in a way that we really didn't even anticipate when it all first started. So we're just happy to be a part of it.
Okay. the FAMU Video Game Club. If you're on Instagram and want to check it out and follow, it's FAMU VGC, Video Game Club. And that's you can find it on Instagram. Tell us, all right, so what's the latest and greatest with the esports or the video game club?
Well, we started a video game club back in 2014, 15. Started out as a small club. We've still been existing as a student organization primarily, which I'm the advisor for. And the video game club has its own lab, which is currently housed in the School of Business, where we have a small space where students can come and compete. They can also come and learn how to develop. If they're interested in learning game development skills, they can learn those there. We also have seminars, workshops, etc. So as we set the lab up, the lab was initially just limited to students that were members of the video game club. But as you already alluded to, there's this explosion of esports, especially in the HBCU world. So we have been pushing the university for quite some time to set up a university-wide lab. And finally, we have got that ball rolling. So we're actually looking to launch a campus-wide major fully tricked out, as if you want to say, esports lab that's going to be located in Coleman Library. So we have been spending for the past year developing the architectural plans, developing the equipment layout, and what that's going to look like. And I am very, very excited for how that's going to roll out. That's expected to open up in August. So next month, towards the end of the month, we should be launching that lab. We'll have a formal christening, huge press release. But the beautiful thing about the lab is we're actually building two spaces. So if you walk in Coleman from the main entrance that comes off of the quad area, there used to be two labs on each side of the atrium that were just computer labs. Well, we have basically commandeered those two labs. So one side on the left is going to be PC games. So students can come in and work on, they can not only play games in PC consoles, but they can also learn how to code, learn how to develop. There will also be a broadcasting component in there. So the university is looking to launch a Twitch channel that will be associated with esports. Nice. We're going to be using students or asking students to participate that are in journalism and other majors, who will be the hosts and MCs for different events that will happen. And then on the right side, when you come in, there is the console lab. So that is where you'll have PlayStations, Xboxes, and everything is going to be themed with the Rattler skin pattern and colors and logos. And it's going to be a very state-of-the-art lab space. And this is a interdisciplinary development process in addition to how it's going to be implemented, because the development of the space has been coordinated through the assistance of our office, as well as architecture and engineering. So actually, the architecture department is developing the 3D boards that are going to be used to design the patterns that you see on the wall, as well as the some of the lighting and some of the tinting on the windows. All of that is being developed by various departments on campus, student and faculty. So this is a interdisciplinary effort in development, and also going to be an interdisciplinary effort in the actual maintaining and the running of the lab. So we're really excited about where that's going to go.
Wow. Well, hey, congratulations. I mean, that's major. That's huge.
Yeah.
Wow. I have a lot of questions and thoughts. Go ahead, Kelvin.
Sure.
I want to get on the financial side of this thing. So how was this funded? The new space?
Yeah. So we actually were able to get the university to open up the purse strings. There was some funding that was set aside for some infrastructure development. And they had already been looking to try to retrofit or refit that space in Coleman. And this is really a trend around the country. If you go look at most universities now, they're realizing that students no longer are using the library spaces because they essentially have libraries on their phone. So they're not coming in. And so most universities are transforming spaces in their in their libraries into other things that students can then make use of, like maker spaces, 3D printing labs, etc. So if you go over to Florida State now, you'll see that. If you go to University of Florida, you'll see that in their library. It was our idea that it would be a much bigger return on investment if we make a use of that space in a way that not only students can recreationally enjoy themselves, but they can also advance their careers. So we're looking to not only develop, as I said, not only provide a place where they can play, but also provide a place where they can develop skills, soft skills, as well as technical skills. Start building a portfolio that they can then use to move to the next level of their career path, and that's really the focus of what we're going to be doing in there. The playing of the games is just the hook to get the students in the room.
Yeah,
we'll be using that to kind of develop these other skills and provide them with programming that can help them in their careers. That's really the main focus.
Well, to that point, is esports, do FAMU, the university, have any concept of potentially having some kind of certification or concentration or some kind of program that students can academically get?
Yes, that's a great question. In fact, the conversations are going on now around that. The humanities department, under which the art school sits, has a track in animation where they do some game development. And there's been some discussion lately of trying to flesh that out into a certification that's centered around digital art. We're also looking to, over here in the School of Business where I sit, we're looking to try to provide courses that can lead to potentially certification in esports management, which is a very important field right now. Students want to get into the space, but there's also the business side of the space.
Yes.
Right? And so there's the whole sales, the marketing, and then even if there are teams that are competing, those teams have to be managed. And so this is a multi-billion-dollar business internationally right now, and really people who compete, the ones who do well in the space are those teams that are well managed and well structured. And so we're looking to try to put students in a position where if that's something they wish to do, they can get a certification and things like that so that they can move that on into into their career plans. But in addition, just the courses that we're going to be providing in there, we've been talking from an interdisciplinary perspective of providing some courses, not just in coding, but also in digital design, some of the data management, the social media management that also goes along with game design and esports. We're looking to try to provide courses that students can pick up and get those skills on their resume so that they can use those to attract jobs or start their own businesses or their own game design companies. So we're trying to just give the students as many tools as possible so that, once they move on to the next level, they can do whatever they want. Now, the plan for developing a degree in that's out of my pay grade right now. But again, I've been in this space since the early 2000s. And I've been really advocating for that. And I'm going to continue to advocate that we move towards a potential degree program that can be offered, not just in esports, but just in game design in general. So,
is there I thought I saw it somewhere. Is there a HBCU that has one?
Yes. Johnson C. Smith has a certification program. I think it's Bennett College also has a degree program in esports management. And some other schools have tied it into, I think it's A&T or one of the schools in North Carolina has a innovation entrepreneurship, technology, and esports track within one of their majors. So yes, that's starting to be a thing that schools are starting to add to their curriculum offerings, so that students can get actual degrees in that area.
Yeah, that's very relevant and fresh. Go ahead, Bryan.
Quick question here from Dr. Wilson here. Dr. Black. I didn't know you. Was that Dr. Black class 87?
Yeah.
Okay.
Class 87. Yeah.
Okay. Well, I guess Dr. Wilson, Melissa, one of the classmates, want to know how many students are participating in the video game club.
So right now we have 26 students on our roster.
Okay.
And when you deal with university clubs and organizations, that number fluctuates depending upon who's active that semester. We average about 20 to 25 students that are actively engaged. But when we do have tournaments, we have events, we open those up to the entire campus. So as much.
And what do those numbers look like?
So if we have a local event within the lab itself only holds about 30 people, so we have to limit that. But we've had other events in like the Rattlers Den on campus. And when we do those events, we've had 50, 60 students. I think the largest one we had was like 70 students a couple of years ago. We did a Madden tournament. Okay. So, and I try to let the club officers kind of plan and coordinate the activities, and I just kind of oversee it. I want them to have empowerment in what they're doing. And I try to just serve as guardrails to kind of keep them from, going crazy and doing something ridiculous. But then, we've had a great set of officers since we've instituted the program, and I'm really excited about where we're going with it too.
Nice.
Let me ask you a quick question. In terms of the club, do they pay dues or fees, or how does that work?
Yeah, so students, I let the officers each year vote on how they want to do that. So whatever the e-board is or executive board is for that year, they will determine whether or not dues are taken up once a semester or once a year, what that amount is. I kind of give them the flexibility to set that up. And that actually was in the original Constitution that actually was developed by some students. So the initial idea was I taught a game design course in CIS when I was in computer science, when I was down in the computer science department. And the students in that class were the ones that started the first initial version of the club. And they came to me with a Constitution in hand and was like, can we build this out? So we pretty much have been using that Constitution. We update it from time to time. So I kind of let the students have as much empowerment on that as well, since, not our job as advisors, at least the way I see clubs, our jobs as advisors is to not only give them the space to do the thing that they want, but to also teach them the leadership skills and the management skills of managing a club, which is basically runs almost like a mini organization. So those skills that they get there are just as important. So I give them the reins to modify things as they go up, within reason. And so, our dues policies are pretty much on a year by year basis, but generally they take up dues once a year on the average.
Okay. All right.
I thought that the SWAC, Southwestern Athletic Conference, was developing, or they had an esports league. And I was just looking on the website. I didn't see anything there. What is there anything happening with the other SWAC schools? Or I know there's an HBCU Esports Alliance. I know that exists, but what kind of opportunities are existing among schools? And I mean, have you seen that SWAC conference be engaged in this process?
Yeah, that's a great question. And actually, the SWAC was, from my understanding, they were the initial conference to start an esports.
That's what I thought, right.
Now, unfortunately, they haven't been as active as the MEAC. So the MEAC jumped in about a year after the SWAC, maybe 2 years after the SWAC. and their structure a little different. So the way the SWAC league works is they have leagues that correspond with the sports that are going on at the current time. So they're getting ready to roll right into the football leagues. And what they do is they will just host tournaments that they will invite members from each SWAC school to participate in. Most of the time, those tournaments have been virtual until they get to maybe a championship round, and then they'll invite students to come to participate. So a few years ago, we sent some students to Alabama State to compete in the SWAC tournament for Madden, which someone from the team from Alabama State actually won that. And so there was a whole lot of argument about whether or not it was rigged, but that's another story. However, the MEAC has been really, really engaged. So they actually centered their esports league around the advisors that are on each campus. They meet once a month. They plan out activities, tournaments for the entire year. They've collaborated with other organizations. So now they've kind of relinquished some of the activities to an organization called Community, which is EXMMUNITY. And so Community kind of is the platform that runs the tournaments that they have. And so the MEAC organization just kind of oversees who's participating in it. Now, when FAMU switched to the SWAC a few years ago athletically, we sent them a letter and was like, we're gonna have to leave the MEAC Esports League because we're going to the SWAC. And they were like, no, please don't. So we're actually competing in both conferences. And so that's been great because, like I said, they do a lot more in the MEAC League. They also tie it to their basketball tournament in the spring. Nice. So they usually bring all the students that are competing in their NBA 2K tournament. They actually get to experience being at the MEAC basketball.
That's smart.
Tournament.
Love it.
And then they do the finals like the same day of the finals for the basketball round. So they do it earlier in the day, and then the students get to go to the game. It's a really nice setup that they have. And then there's another organization called Power 4, which is kind of also was a spring off from the Community League, where they're forming a power set of HBCU schools that are competing in different tournaments. So Power 4 has their own platform, online platform space that they use. They also use Discord to communicate. And so they roll out a series of tournaments that are not just sports related. So they have Call of Duty, you name it. And so that's funded by a lot of corporate entities. So
there you go.
Rockstar is there. Red Bull's a part of that. So there's a lot more money involved. A lot more prize money gets given out to students who compete from that league. So we've had students that compete in all three sets that I just named. And then we're also a part of the Black Collegiate Gaming Association, which was founded by FAMU alum Keisha Walker. And so she has been a very strong proponent of esports among HBCUs in particular. So she's provided a lot of funding, a lot of support. Some of the initial equipment that we got when we set up our lab was donated through her efforts. And so she also has tournaments and things that BCGA will offer. So there's a lot of opportunities. BCGA, which is her Black Collegiate Gaming Association, they also have a conference every year. And with that conference, they provide like a career fair where students can actually go and meet people in the industry they're looking to hire. They also have seminars and workshops from people that are out working in the space. Most of the people who are participating in that conference are from HBCUs, HBCU grads that are out working in the space. So it's a really good exposure for students to learn more about what's out there, build connections, build their network. We've had several students who've gotten jobs from attending that conference. So it's been a really great experience to work with all of these leagues.
All right.
Good stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know somebody said Dexter had mentioned the Madden, but yeah, outside of Madden, you mentioned Call of Duty, but one of the leagues, they offer other games other than Madden or NBA 2K, but
yeah, and all of them do. The SWAC so far in our experience has offered mostly sports games, but the MEAC,
makes sense.
the Power Four, they all community. They've done Call of Duty, Fortnite, Smash Brothers, Valorant, many others. So there's a wide range. Whatever the hot game is, that's what they offer, and that's usually what gets students involved. And we've actually had students from FAMU that have won from some of those. We had one student, SBI student, who won a Smash Brothers tournament a couple semesters ago and won $50,000. So and that's money that goes directly to the student. It doesn't go to their. It doesn't have to go to their account or anything. So. Yeah, so it's a great experience.
Let me ask a fun question. Do you play and are you any good?
Well, my skills are a little rusty. I thought I was good until I started playing in these tournaments. These kids have grown up with these things in their hand their whole life, so just their thumb ability is way better than mine. And I learned that first from playing against my son, and then I've actually had my son kind of helping me, quote unquote, unofficially co-advise and assist me with the lab. So he, he's kind of helped me realize where my status level is in playing games. So I stick to some of the other ones that aren't as requiring of quick thumbs to compete. But I do play from time to time. Yeah.
Okay.
All right. Any other final questions that you want to get in, Kelvin or Dr. Black? Is there anything else that I know, like for me, one of my biggest thoughts and questions has to do with exposure and how do we continue to promote these events, because it's obviously if we're not following along, but being able to publicize or promote not only the events, the students, and the activities, is hard to kind of see where everything is. So like you just said, there's 4 different leagues. How can people support? How can people follow along with what is happening in the esports space for FAMU? What's the best way to?
And how can students put in? Is there application process? How can students contact you all and see and try to join?
Yeah, so I'll answer the easy one first. So the easy one, if you're interested in joining a video game club as a student, all they need to do is contact me. Clubs are in the process now of being re-registered for the fall, so everybody's kind of dormant right now, but clubs will re-institute like the first week in September, and then we'll be taking applications. There's usually a club organization fair that happens where clubs can kind of put themselves out and expose themselves to the rest of the campus. So we'll have some members there at that. But yeah, right now the best way to join the club is just to contact me and let me know you're interested. And when the applications go out, I'll send them out. Now, as far as what we're doing with the campus lab, you're going to hear about it. The provost, Allison Watson, is chomping at the bit to start advertising and promoting what's happening with that space. There's going to be a gigantic press release. Like I said, we're going to have a YouTube channel. There'll be a Twitch channel. There'll be constant programming that'll be rolling out on that. Probably once a week. We'll have VJs who will be out and kind of, have their own presence online. We'll have a social media presence. So all of that is going to get rolled out through most of the university channels once that's ready to go. And we'll be looking to get organizations like the OG StrikeZone to come on and speak to the students and let them know that
for sure.
So we'll definitely be collaborating with you guys once we get set up.
Hey, that would be great. We would love to help promote that and talk about that. And heck, I've even we maybe talk offline, but I mean, we'd love to be able to kind of, as a broadcast company and a broadcast entity, we'd love to be able to find a way to help push the broadcasting of these, because I know there's a lot of people who like to watch. I mean, who play and participate, and so we'd love to kind of be a part of that and figure out how we can be a part of that. So that's one of those great conversations. Maybe we'll have to have in person. I'll be in Tallahassee several times this fall, so so hopefully it's a conversation I can get up there and we can chop it up and figure out how to be a part of helping do that.
That sounds great.
All right, let people know how they can find you. You mentioned contacting you. How can they do that, Dr. Black?
Yeah, so you can send us a message on Instagram at the FAMU VGC is the handle for that. Or you can also email me, jason.black@famu.edu. Just reach out. Let us know what you'd like to know or how you want to get connected. We'll connect you. And we'll definitely get you on our list to be sending out information as we start branding and building up for the big launch of the lab when that comes out. We'll definitely get that word out as best we can.
All right, we love it. Anything, any time that you have something on social media, make sure to tag us at ONG StrikeZone, and we'll promote and we'll share. And so we'll look forward to that big announcement. Congratulations on that, as the Esports, FAMU Esports opportunities continue to grow for students on the Hill, man. I tell you, boy, these kids, they don't even know. Going to Coleman, and you ain't even got to open up a book. I'm going to go play video games at Coleman.
Exactly. All we did was play spades. That's all we had. Right? So, I mean, they've got it great. I tell you.
Oh man, love it. Well, hey, Dr. Black, continue the great work. Thank you for coming, joining the show tonight, and be well. And we'll definitely talk with you soon.
All right, thanks a lot. Good to see y'all again.
All right,
thanks, Doc.
All right, Kelvin, take care.
All right, coming up on the other side of this break, we'll talk to our track coaches. Look like we got Coach G as well as Coach K, who's going to be joining us here as well. So coming up on the other side, a lot of news, a lot of things happening in the FAMU track and field space. So we'll talk about it all with our director of track and field and cross country, Coach Garfield Ellenwood II, on the other side. Get your questions ready. We know y'all got some questions. We'll be back right after these words. You're watching the ONG Strike Zone right here on the Black College Sports Network. We'll be back in just a moment.
When it comes to professional learning, teachers deserve better. From the leader in online learning, Stride brings you the Stride Professional Development Center, an on-demand library of mobile-friendly courses that gives teachers choice and flexibility, allowing them to learn anytime and anywhere. Our dynamic courses provide bite-sized learning and help educators advance their knowledge while also gaining professional development hours. It's time you take charge of your learning. Visit us today to get started.
Planning an event? From weddings to corporate functions, CMJ Events LLC brings over 15 years of experience to make your vision a reality. Based in Metro Atlanta and serving statewide, even internationally, we provide versatile event planning and authentic catering cuisines tailored to your needs. Whether it's pre-game meals for student athletes, fundraisers, weddings, corporate functions, CMJ Events LLC is your one-stop solution for exceptional service and unforgettable food. Our diverse culinary heritage means we cater to all cultural taste, dietary needs, and food restrictions, making every meal uniquely yours. Let's make your next event unforgettable. Visit us on all social media at CMJ Events LLC or email us at cmjeventsllc@gmail.com. Also give us a call at 404-664-3882 so that we can start planning now.
From cancer care to accidental injuries to cardiac care, we all know that there are times that you can't control what happens in your life.
But with Globe Life Family Heritage, you can be prepared to weather the storm when it comes. Call Dr. Beverly Eagle Rogers at 877-300-8269 or visit the website at globelifefamilyheritage.com. With over 25 years of serving communities, Dr. Beverly Eagles Rogers is here to help you and your family through difficult times. Dr. Beverly takes pride in Globe Life being one of the few companies that returns 100% of premiums to clients that stay healthy. So for more information, call Dr. Beverly Eagle Rogers at 877-300-8269 or visit the website at globelifefamilyheritage.com.
For over 30 years, HBCU Image has been more than just an apparel store. We've been a movement, a statement, a legacy. We celebrate the pride, the purpose, and the culture that make historically black colleges and universities legendary. HBCU Image, a Kenny T's company.
You're looking for the latest information on Southern University sports, the Southwestern Athletic Conference, and HBCU athletics. There's only one place to go. Tune in to the Carlos Brown Show, exclusively on the Black College Sports Network.
All right, Rattler Nation, welcome back to the O&G Strike Zone alongside Kelvin Rozier, Bryan Fulford here. And it's always good to talk to some championship-winning coaches and championship-winning program. So joining us right now, we've got
Yes, we got you.
That's Coach G,
I can't hear
the
y'all
director.
again.
Uh-oh. You
Every
can't hear
time
us,
y'all
Coach?
let me in, I can't hear myself. I'm gonna go out and come back in. Before
All
I was
right,
hearing
all
it loud and clear.
I can't hear them, but I can hear you.
Who can? And that's Coach K, Coach Tamika Kinchin. Coach, who
Can
can
you all
you
hear me?
Yes.
Yes, we hear you. You don't hear us?
She can't hear us.
She don't hear us. Okay. So I'm gonna have maybe Coach K can okay, so
Yeah.
see there's something. So we need Coach K if you can. Hold on. I'm gonna try to see if I can send her a chat here. Tell Coach to log out and log back in. So okay, hold on. There's Coach G.
I can hear you now. Can you hear me?
We got you, Coach.
Yeah, we got you, Coach.
Hold on. All right, let's try Coach K here. Coach, are you there? Coach. All right.
Can you hear?
No,
Coach K?
No, we can hear. Log out. I don't know what the signal. I don't know what the universal signal is for logging out.
Log out and log back in. Test her
Yeah.
and tell her to log out and log back in.
Okay. Yeah, I don't know, Coach. Yeah, you can send her a text and tell her to log out and log back in. You know, that I don't know what the universal sign for that is. Yeah. Coach, how you doing, man?
I'm good. I'm blessed. How you guys doing?
Hey, we're doing well.
Wonderful.
We doing well. Yeah, I don't know how to get that signal. Okay, hold on. I think she just figured it out. Somebody got to her. Okay, so there she is. She logged out. She's gonna log back in a second. Well, Coach, man, track and field, you've been busy. It's been a busy off season.
Yeah, definitely. Constantly recruiting and just trying to get better.
Yeah. One of the things that we were, we hadn't even hold on, I think we got Coach. Here he is. Let's see. Coach, are you there?
I am.
All right, there
we
you
got
go.
you.
All right, everybody, welcome Coach Tamika Kinchin joining the program right now. Coach, good to have you on as well. We got all the technical stuff out the way. So, Coach G, we were just talking about the off season. I guess what I'm starting to see in this space for all programs, and I guess we are, whether you want to call us a mid-major or a low resource or whatever the term, HBCU, whatever term it is that people want to use. When you win and have success, it means that people want to come after your best. And you're always constantly recruiting, re-recruiting the players that you have, but you're also bringing in new talent. Mm-hmm. Talk a little about that process of what the offseason has been like for for the program and for you?
Oh, I mean, of course, people know we lost some people. The portal taketh and the portal giveth. So it's one of those things where we lost some and then we gained some. And actually, I think our team is actually going to be better this year than it was last year. So, in all, God blessed us to pick up some really good talent. So, I don't feel like we're going to miss a beat at all. You know, of course, you would have some of those athletes that left, but ultimately, you want to dance with the girl that's going to dance with you.
Right. What are those conversations like? If you can take us behind, because I know, we can speculate all day in these spaces because we can see some big name schools, some SEC schools, Big Ten schools have recruited some of our players or athletes, right? What are those conversations like that you have, and whatever you can share about that process and what you've seen from it?
I think because I'm cut and dry, they're pretty cut and dry conversations. Some you say, hey, I think it's time for you to move on. And that was the case with some. And then some felt like the grass is greener on the other side. So it's pretty much, hey, I'm going to the portal. It's like, okay. I mean, there's not much more you can say to it. Again, I'm a pretty cut and dry type of person. You tell me what it is and you move on. I wish you best of luck. Do what you got to do. Just like I built one, I can build another one. That's pretty much the attitude we both have.
Okay. Go ahead, Kelvin, either for Coach G or Coach K.
I'm going to go to Coach K right here. I know we got cross country coming up. I'm not sure what the roster is looking like, and but I like to know where we are and what are your expectations this year going into cross country?
Coming in the door, we definitely have more on the roster than we had last year. We're starting out with a group that is more mid-distance than distance, so it's definitely going to be a team that we have to build. As far as the times, I am excited. They've started the summer workout, so from what I've seen, I'm more excited. It is going to be a matter, again, of having to build a championship team.
Mm-hmm.
I think with what we have coming in combination with what's returning, I don't think we're as far off from that as it may seem on paper.
Mm-hmm.
As always, it's always a state who's going to go there this year. A&M has been kind of thrown in the mix. So I know who we have to look out for, and then I know what we have to do. So the focus is just doing what we have to do, and the expectation is for them to all rise to that.
All right, and a follow-up question is the SWAC championship going to be in Tallahassee again?
It is
cross country.
It is going to be. It's October 27th, on a Tuesday. Generally, it's on Monday, but because of homecoming, they did push it to Tuesday. So again, October 27th.
October 27th on Tuesday. Okay, and then my next question is: how active are you in the recruiting process of the cross country team, and what do you all look for?
So very active in it. We are done for this year. I typically look for those that are under 20 minutes in the 5K coming in the door, just because I am more middle distance than I am distance based. I try to look for those mid distance girls that can also run cross country, so that in filling the area of cross country, I'm also filling that area that's needed on the track and field side.
Okay. All right. Good information there. Go ahead, Bryan.
You wait a minute. You said they moved the date of the SWAC championship off of the Monday after homecoming. Is that what I heard?
Yeah, so it's going to be Tuesday instead of that Monday. They did move it to Tuesday.
That's a smart move, boy.
Yeah, it is.
Give everybody an extra 24 hours, boy. I tell you. All right, I just didn't want. I want to make sure I caught that. That was interesting. Let me ask Coach Kitchen, when you've seen the success, you know, and it's been talked about. I know Coach G has praised the work that you've done with all of the ladies in the program. What has been that success and that excellence? You guys as a staff are you know, you got one of the look. You got the best track program in the country. I'm gonna say it in HBCU. It might be one of the best in the country. Where are we? Where's the next level? What is it? Is it a matter of maintaining the success, or how do you continue to push and build what has been built thus far?
I think continuing to bring in girls that I can actually build. We've done an excellent job of being able to build athletes. On my end, it's a little bit more difficult when it comes trying to get them qualified past conference. So for me, I'm looking to build on being able to get them past the conference level, getting them to the regional level, getting them to the national level. It took this year on the track and field side 2:01 or faster to make it to Eugene.
Yeah.
And we're talking here to where if I find a 2:10 walking through the door, that's a gold mine for me. So finding those ladies that I feel that can get down to that time to continue to build the success. I want to go beyond swag.
Right. Absolutely.
Right. Yeah, that's definitely. And we saw the numbers increase. I think a couple years ago, we only had maybe one or two that qualified for nationals, and this year we had 12 different athletes across 11 different events or something like that.
Definitely
you guys.
This past year when it came to the first rounds. And I think this year, as Coach G said, I think we're going to be looking at even better numbers this year.
Okay.
All right.
Coach G, tell us about what is the recruits that you brought in. What does the mix look like in terms of, and I mean, we've spotlighted some of them as Marcus has gathered, you know, great commitment images and stuff that we get that we always talk about. But what's the mix in terms of high school versus transfers?
We have on the women's side, we have 12, and I want to say it's about 6 and 6 transfers and 6 from high school. On the men's side, we have more high school commits. And of course, we're going to be mid-distance and sprints, and then we sprinkle in the jumps to, you know, kind of steal the deal. But the majority of the program is going to be based around sprints, hurdles, and middle distance. I'm very excited about where we are on both sides. Again, like I said, we might have lost some, but then we increased some. We picked up some more middle distance athletes and distance athletes on both sides that are going to help us get over the hump. Excited about the men with the returning sprinters we have, the sprinters and quarter milers. We've added a New York State record holder and the men's hurdles coming in. So again, like I said, we lost some, but we added more. And we're more well-rounded. We have some more, especially on the women's side with the jumps and multis. We're really more well-rounded this year.
Nice. Go ahead, Kelvin.
Coach, there was an article talking about a field house with a sponsor. I know the university hadn't formally, you know, launched it, I guess. But I just want to know what does something like that do for your program, and how involved are you in it?
I mean, I'm involved in it. As the university said, they're keeping the donor anonymous for now and respecting their wishes. But it's going to be tremendous for the program. We're going to have our own space with the locker rooms and the training room and a Hall of Fame. We can host events, have a VIP area that's going to be able to overlook the track. So it's going to be pretty nice. We're in the process of trying to get things in place to actually get the track done as well, so we can bring back FAMU relays. But again, you know me, if we're not going to do it, we got to do it right.
That's right.
And that's what it's looking like it's going to be. We're starting to get the support that we need to finalize those things. And once we get that, we have a state-of-the-art facility, competition area and the state of the art, the locker rooms, and like I said, we want everyone to be comfortable. We want to show that we can not only compete on the track, but we have the necessities you need to be successful to compete against the rest of the country.
Okay, and then talk about your Caribbean. You had a couple of runners who ran for their competed for their country, and I think they made it to I guess whatever the next round of level is. Talk about those two.
Yeah, Kurt Dawkins and Jakayla Morton are going to compete at the Central American Championships. That's in Santo Domingo, Dominican Republic, and it's Kurt competes on Wednesday the 5th and the 7th of August, and Jakayla jumps on the 7th of August.
Okay, all right.
Looking forward to them. Jakayla just got a silver medal at the under 23 championships as well, and that was in Mexico. So she's jumping well right now, and hopefully she can continue that on. She'll come back and get a break, and then hopefully be able to bring home indoor and outdoor title in 27.
Coach,
are there any?
Sorry. I got one more. Coach, I'm interested in this whole. So with NIL, do kids enter their names into the transfer portal? Are they directly contacted? I'm just interested in how that usually works or supposed to work.
They'll request to be put in the transfer portal, and once we have access to the transfer portal, you'll be able to see who's in there, and then you go search them, the names and the universities. You kind of look to see, okay, what university name pop up, and then you go look, what they're known for, and then you kind of go from there. And as far as NIL, it's not just NIL. It's NIL, it's rev share, it's cost of attendance. Those are the things that we just don't have. And that's what they're looking for. So, at some point, I hope that we can get what we need, at least have the minimum to be able to compete.
You're on mute, Kelvin. You're on mute. There you go.
Okay. All right. In your recruiting, does that impact how you recruit?
Oh, no. I'm very straightforward. I tell people we have what we have. I can offer you a world-class education, world-class coaching. And that's what we have. I'm not going to sell anything other than what I can offer. And if you want to get coached, if you're more concerned, I'm more concerned about what's in your chest.
Right.
You can make the name of it. You can take short money now and get long money later. It is what it is.
All right. Love it.
Let me ask, what is the recruiting style for Coach K, and you can speak on this as well. Are you and Coach G similar in your recruiting style? She's shaking her head. I knew it. That's what I wanted to cover. Okay.
We are nowhere near close as to how we recruit. One, Coach G actually does not mind recruiting. I think he actually likes it. That would be where we differ the most. That's number one. I will say, though, as far as the talent we look for, I think we're a little bit more aligned when it comes to the talent that we're looking for and the level of talent that we look for. I do think we align there. And my having an academic background, I do think that I may hit or target academics first a little bit. Yeah.
Okay.
So I want to. So Coach G, take us behind the scenes. What does it look? I mean, because obviously, you two, but you have a staff of how many other of the coaches are involved in recruiting? Take us behind the scenes, if you don't mind, for just a little bit of how it works. I mean, we see how it works in other sports sometimes, but how do you, obviously you and Coach K work together, but among your other coaches as well, how does it all come together? And then you finally, you settle on that particular young man or young woman and say, yeah, this is a good fit for our program. How does it work?
The recruiting pretty much falls on us too, but we have Coach Detweiler will get people to contact him, as well as Coach Love. People contact him. I'm not all on social media like that, so if I find somebody, I'll text Coach K or Coach Love like, "Hey, find this kid for me so I can get on it." Like she says, I'm kind of the bulldog. I'm gonna go after whatever. You have to tell me no, and that ain't on my back. So that's how I approach things. I'm willing to take chance on athletes that some people won't because someone took a chance on me, and that's just how I'm more worried about. Talent is, of course, important, but your work ethic means something to me as well. And if I see something in you that I can develop, then that's what I'll do. And that's why I've had most of my success was developing people anyways. So again, I look at it from that standpoint. Then of course, being at FAMU, things are a little bit more strenuous as far as the SAT scores, the ACT scores that are required here in the state of Florida, and then of course the GPA. So again, like she said, well, she gonna look at the transcript first before she get excited. Well, I'm looking at the numbers first, the development first, and then I go all in. And sometimes it's disappointing, like, oh man, I can't get you in, but I'm still gonna go after it. And if it, as I'm falling down that road, I can't get you in. At least I tried.
Mm-hmm. No, hey, and we have seen that those efforts sometimes they pay off later if it doesn't work for a student athlete in a year or two, and they always remember that good conversation and relationship they had with you or Coach K, and it's like, yo, it's FAMU. I might want to give that shot after some improvements, I guess, on things that weren't good.
And we have a young lady that's coming in this year that couldn't get in as a freshman.
Okay.
It's not coming in. So again, it's one of those things where we're gonna keep the opportunity is there.
Yeah.
And if it doesn't happen on the front end, maybe it happens on the back end. Now you get some, they go off somewhere and have a great career, and it is what it is. But
and has my last thought, how has winning over the last season or two, how has that changed either the caliber or the type of conversations that you have?
Oh, it's definitely helped tremendously. I'm getting emails and phone calls from people that I wasn't expecting to get them from. But, again, winning, people want to be around winners. People also want to be around people that are willing to develop. And that's going to always be my trademark. That's what I'm doing. I'm going to develop you. It's about if you are willing to put in the work. And that's the difference between athletes these days. Some want to put in the work, some don't. Some want the microwave meal, and some know it's going to have to cook in the oven. Just a matter of, you come here, 9 out of 10, it's going to be cooking in the oven. But you never know, because Janari Kenshin was one. Janari Kenshin was 11-6 out of high school. Now she's 11-1. But she knows she has a lot more. So that's what we are. Okay. And we are who we are. And that's why I'm going to always stick to that. We are who we are.
Yeah,
I love that.
I do want to say that when it comes to Coach D as the head coach, one thing that I really do like when it comes to recruiting, he does allow us to recruit within our area. So if it's someone that we want to bring in, he's going to allow us to bring that person in. So I do really like that he leaves the decision with the event coach on whether you want to bring someone in, whether he's in direct agreement, whether or not. I really like that.
All right. Appreciate you sharing that, Coach. All right, two questions. I want to let you out of here before we get these two questions. I see you, Jens P. I got you. All right. First off, folks want to update on how Naya Blocker's doing. What's the latest update on Naya?
Naya's training again. It's been tough, but she's running again. So we start up in Tuesday after Labor Day. She's already in the weight room, already getting her grass runs in. So we're looking forward to her returning. I don't want to put a timeline on it as far as indoor. I do think that she'll be back this year and be able to contribute to where she needs to be. At least get back to where she was, which was pretty damn good.
Yeah.
Tell me about it.
That's an understatement.
Yeah, I mean, speaking of that, have you? I mean, I've talked when I was talking to DeAndre Neek and over the past, we were talking. Have you? We had you take for a second. We had the fastest woman in the SLAC 2 consecutive years. I mean, I'm sure it's happened somewhere else before. Have you seen it happen somewhere else before? Please tell me you've seen it, because I'm a newbie to this. I don't know if I've seen that before. Maybe indoor, outdoor, like the fastest woman in the conference. Two different ladies, 2 different seasons.
I want to say, honestly, I want to say when I was at A&T, it was the same thing.
Okay.
17 to 18, 2 different people. So it's yeah, I've seen it one other time. And
Coach K, how about you? You seen it before?
Yes, with Coach G, like he said when he was at A&T, and I think even before Naya, we had Tiana, right? So it's kind of like 3.
Yeah. Oh yeah. But Tiana, she had gotten hurt outdoors. That's other.
Okay.
But yeah, and if Naya hadn't gone down, man.
Boy, that'd have been some races, boy. That would have been interesting.
Yeah.
I mean, we had the top 3 runners in the 100 anyway. So I mean, it was that we might have had that. Woo, good problems to have, right? Good problems to have. Okay, and then Coach, that shirt. Hold on, I'm gonna put the shirt on because me and Matt was talking about that shirt. That's a fundraiser, Coach. That's a fun. Hold on, let me put you on the big screen here. Show people that shirt, Coach. Look, that's an opportunity. That's a fundraiser, Coach. We're let's make that happen.
Okay, I mean, if we get a request like that, then yeah, we need to make something happen. It was just something that we were, when we first got here, just looking at some different designs and kind of switch things up, change things up, make it a little separate track. And baseball has their logo. And
yep.
So trying to find something that we could do for track. So if it's like that, we definitely.
Hey, we know some vendors. We know some T-shirt vendors. I know we know some that watch this show. Hey, we need to coordinate and make that happen. We got a lot of people. I know people would buy it. I know they definitely would. Okay. The more gear that we can purchase to support, and hey, if those funds can go back into the track program, woo, there's a winner right there, Coach.
Most definitely. You gave me. I'm about to get on this some kind of way.
Please do. Please.
How is it be? But hey.
There's a way. Find a way. We know. All right. Hey, Coach K, Coach G, thank you for joining us. Any final words? Coach K, any final words you want to let people know how they can find you on social media, how they can reach out to you? Any words you wanna impart?
Don't look me up on social media.
All right, Coach.
No parting words. I'm gonna say it like this: when we talk about the transfer portal, I think as a coach, Jay-Z said it best when he said, when it refers to athletes, made one hole, okay, make another one. So when it comes to athletes, that's my thought. If I made one of you, I can make another one. And then Rod said it best when he said, try to duplicate me, can't. So when it comes to duplicating me as a coach, you cannot.
Well, I wasn't expecting Coach K to drop bars, but okay.
Yeah.
I see why they love you, Coach. I see.
Bars and swag.
I'm telling you, Coach. Love it. All right, Coach G, you got to top that. I don't know how you top that, but go ahead.
I am who I am. You go, ain't nothing changed me but the date and the time. Did it once, I'm going to do it again. And again, it's year 26. I've probably forgotten more on track than half of these people know. So we're going to be all right.
Hey, all right. I think I can speak for Kelvin and Marcus, man. It's a blessing and an honor to have you a part of our program, Coach K, to be a part of our program. I mean, we love talking to you and just watching the growth of our cross country and track and field program. And I think I learn something new every day about the sport every time we have a conversation. So I appreciate you taking time to come in the off season and talk with us. And when we're ready to do something with those shirts, I know we'll talk again. Next track and field fundraiser, bam! We just spotted it out. So shout out to V and Matt. Great idea, V and Matt. Appreciate you for putting that out there. All right, coaches, thank you. You guys have a good night, and we'll talk to you soon. All right.
Thank you too. Hey, send your sizes to Coach G.
Okay.
For sure. For sure. Right. No doubt. No doubt.
Kelvin, know where the office at.
Yeah.
All right.
I got you.
All right.
All right. Hey, that's good stuff. Good stuff. V and Matt with the great baller suggestion. All right. See, man, we making things happen over here in the ONG. All right, we got to take a quick break, and then we come back with the ladies of Fang Exchange, Ashley and Tache, and we're gonna find out how they got these boys suited and booted, the best looking media day team among all four conferences. I don't care a lot, they are what they are. The facts are the facts. So we can brag about it and brag about them. So we'll be back right after these words. You're watching the ONG Strike Zone right here on the Black College Sports Network. Be back in just a moment.
If you've ever told yourself, I want to get into real estate but don't know where to start, here's something just for you. From Friday, July 31st to Sunday, August 2nd, the Learn Real Estate Fast Masterclass is coming to McKenzie Office Park in College Park. You'll learn wholesaling, commercial investing, and how to purchase property with zero money or credit. I can tell you, education and access are everything. This masterclass is designed to give you both. Whether you're brand new or ready to level up, this is where you start making real moves. Enjoy free lunch, free study materials, and receive a certification of completion. So don't wait. Seats are filling fast. Do not sit on the sidelines while others build wealth. Take that first step toward ownership and legacy. Get your tickets now at learnrealestatefast.com or tickpick.com. For more information, call 678-859-3303. Master the market, build your legacy, secure your future today.
It's never too early to plant the seed, to share the tradition, and instill a sense of pride in your HBCU with your little ones. HBCU Pride and Joy Children's Boutique helps you share your school spirit with a wide selection of adorable kids apparel and accessories officially licensed from your favorite HBCU. Visit hbcupridejoy.com and follow us on all social media at HBCU Pride Joy on Facebook and Twitter. From cancer care to accidental injuries to cardiac care, we all know that there are times that you can't control what happens in your life. But with Globe Life Family Heritage, you can be prepared to weather the storm when it comes. Call Dr. Beverly Eagle Rogers at 877-300-8269 or visit the website at globelifefamilyheritage.com. With over 25 years of serving communities, Dr. Beverly Eagles Rogers is here to help you and your family through difficult times. Dr. Beverly takes pride in Globe Life being one of the few companies that returns 100% of premiums to clients that stay healthy. So for more information, call Dr. Beverly Eagle Rogers at 877-300-8269 or visit the website at globelifefamilyheritage.com.
For over 30 years, HBCU Image has been more than just an apparel store. We've been a movement, a statement, a legacy. We celebrate the pride, the purpose, and the culture that make historically black colleges and universities legendary. HBCU Image, a Kenny T's company.
You're looking for the latest information on Southern University sports, the Southwestern Athletic Conference, and HBCU athletics. There's only one place to go. Tune in to the Carlos Brown Show, exclusively on the Black College Sports Network.
All right. Welcome back to the ONG Strike Zone. Bryan and Kelvin here, and joining us, none other than the ladies of Fang Exchange, Ashley and Tache. Ladies, how are you doing tonight?
Hello.
Hello.
Doing good. How y'all doing?
Fashion divas.
I know. I got to give y'all this here as we first open our segment. We got to give y'all the ONG applause because I'm just gonna say, officially, unofficially, our guys, Antonio Kamen, Isaiah Knowles, were the best dressed among the four among the 4 football media days among all conferences. Y'all can argue with your mama if you want.
You're not arguing that one.
I've seen them all. I've seen the SIC, which finished today. I saw the MEAC yesterday. We saw the CIAA. I don't know, you guys in the chat. Did you see anybody dressed better than ours? I don't think so.
I didn't see them. I mean, I'm with you, Bryan.
Take us behind the scenes. Take us behind the scenes on the process in determining the outfit and just getting everything coordinated. Let people know how all that came together.
Yeah, well, of course, myself and Tache, we've seen some of the chatter about previous styles and looks that we've kind of gone. So we said, you know what, let's do something for our guys, because we absolutely, want our guys to be best. You look good, you feel good, you play good, and you get paid good. So we're a firm believer in presenting yourself in a particular way. So we like, hey, let's make it happen. So of course, me and Tache, and we say this all the time. If you know us, we're always going back and forth, bouncing ideas, agreeing, disagreeing, coming to the middle ground if we have to come to the middle ground of it. So it was a bunch of thoughts on like looks, the what the shoe would look like, the color, the tie was probably believe it or not, the tie was probably the biggest and the pocket square was probably the biggest hurdle to get over to determine, because we're orange and green, and while orange and green does look good together, you got to combine, the combination got to work right. So
right.
That's some of the behind the scenes to Shake, and also, of course, chime in from her perspective. But yeah, we just did a lot of going back and forth. Tache kind of led the charge more than anything to kind of, the communication is heavy communication with them. And we're not in Tallahassee, of course. So imagine trying to make sure suits get tailored and ordered and done right. Just imagine that.
Yeah.
So
definitely.
Was there a, I don't want to jump out and was there any particular folks that you want to shout out that you worked on? And any designers, any tailors, anybody that you want to shout out for making all that come together?
Yeah, sure. So when we first started the process, like Ashley said, essentially I had a vision of what I wanted them to look like, right? I knew what I wanted. Ashley and I we had a similar idea. We wanted double breast. We didn't know how the students would feel about that, but we hadn't seen it. You know what I mean?
Right.
We hadn't really seen anybody come with a double breast. So we were very strategic about, what we wanted in that. And so what ended up happening was we spoke with, one designer or whatever, and we felt like, it might not be the best fit for this. So Ashley was like, well, I know of a guy locally in Tallahassee. And so, like Ashley said, she and I do not live in Tallahassee, but I called. She's what I don't even know what you call it. She has dual citizenship. Okay.
Absolutely. I call this my vacation home because I'm always in Tallahassee.
Tallahassee a lot, right? So it was one of her weekends where she was in Tallahassee. She was like, well, I know, she's from Tallahassee. I know about a place in Governor Square. So I'm like, okay. And so she goes in there and we're on FaceTime, and I'm like, okay, I like this, I like whatever. And I said, okay, well, this is what we're going to do. We have a couple of things or what we have in mind. We want the double breast, but we also know that the gentlemen, they're adults. You know what I mean? Isaiah's an adult. He's getting married soon. Antonio, he's a grown man. So we did not want to go there and pick out their outfits, essentially. You know what I mean? We didn't want to do that. We did want them to have a little freeway, a little leeway. But we were very, very strategic about everything, which we'll probably get into. But we did dress them like they were our children on Easter Sunday, down to the belt, socks, everything. Okay.
What do you have?
We did not play. We got a couple of funny stories about that. But yeah, so Vince Formals in Governor Square Mall is where we got the suits from.
He was so gracious and so kind to us. He made sure that, you know, we had whatever we needed. Antonio was like back and forth because they're both from Tampa, Isaiah and Antonio. And so just he worked with us on getting their sizes and their measurements and just coordinated it essentially from out of town and over the phone. So this is Formals is who assisted us with our suit and the shirt. And helped us to outfit them in that aspect. Like as she said, we kind of shopped, you know, in other places for all of the other things, but yeah.
For the shirt and the actual jacket and the pants, and we kind of used our little our supply chain procurement skills and found, and you know, shopper skills, and found the tie and the pocket square and the cuff link. I'm not sure it was really highlighted, but there's a cuff link, of course, that came with it. So yeah, it was a perfect color, and it came together so well. Like you should have seen us when it came around that corner, and we were because while we did see it put together, we saw it over FaceTime. We weren't in person when they wore the entire outfit. So our first time seeing it was that morning, and we knew what it would look like and how much effort we had put into making sure it looked as good as they did. But you still got to see the finished product.
Yeah, and we were paying attention to every detail. They had a FAMU Rattlers lapel pin, not only their cufflinks that matched their tie and their pocket square. They had a cognac belt. Y'all didn't see all that, but baby, we didn't play. We didn't play. Okay, everything. We did not play. And, you know, so yeah. And we heard some chatter. I'm gonna defend my choices on this stuff about these shoes. His shoes were not black at the bottom, y'all. It wasn't black at the bottom.
They were green. It was green.
Absolutely, hunter green to match.
Yeah,
I missed that one.
Yeah,
I was gonna ask you, did you do the shoes too? Because I saw that from Antonio. I said, "Oh, this brother got on dark green on the shoes." I said, "Oh,
we did." They had on Alexander McQueen to the shoes. One of them we wanted to have. That was where I felt like, for me personally, that it would be a good because actually, of course, you know, me and her, we different on different things. And I was like, but you know, Antonio kind of got that Florida boy swag. You know what I mean? So we felt like the match with the green would have been, it was just a good hit. And it was the opportunity for, although they were dressed the same, for them to showcase their personality. And it did, you know. Isaiah had on the all white, and then Antonio with his big Florida chomp and the big, you know, bracelet. He was, you know, giving that Florida boy swag. So yeah, that's what it was.
So special shout out to Vince, just again, because he made this very easy to not have. You know, I did walk in initially to speak to him and let him know what we were attempting to do, but after that, we spoke over the phone, made phone calls, did everything that needed to be done over the phone, and work with the two student athletes who have separate lives. You all probably know how it is to track down football athletes, especially in the off season when they can go home when they need to, and here and there and everywhere. So it actually came together beautifully, and I'm with Bryan. Best dressed. I don't care what anybody says. You can try, but you know, next year we might have to do a fit cam next year. You know, when we go back. I think we might need to do a fit cam and keep this thing rolling, because you already know we playing it out. We already got next year.
I mean, look,
it's already there. We do.
We already have next year working.
Hold on a second, because I see we got people wanting to buy particular parts. Rick's trying to figure out where he can get the tie from.
Rick, we gonna hit you up.
Tell him where to get.
We can't give away
our. We'll make sure he get that tie.
But we gonna make sure he get that tie.
You might need to put a whole post. You might need to put a whole post together and say tie from here, pocket square from here, suit from here, shoes from here, the belt that folks can't even see here. I mean,
listen, Mr. Kinsey does more than enough for the athletic
department. We're gonna make sure you get that tie.
He might get that tie on the house.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, we can make that happen. We can
make sure you get that tie.
You hold on, Kelvin. Before you jump, let me ask. So now I have no complaints about what Coach Gray looked like. Right, I love it, and I didn't even the whole Gray coach. I didn't even pick up on that. I had other people. I don't know whether they were being something extra about it or whether that was plain. Did you talk to him about being a part of this, or he kind of told y'all? Whatever y'all ladies want to do, I got my wife. My wife's gonna take. I don't know how Coach Gray dressed, so he probably dresses himself. I don't know, but I mean, what?
Yes. So that's the funniest thing, right, Bryan? So we attempted to do this before, and it didn't go as well.
It kind of
Yeah. So this year, we approached them about it. Not only Coach Gray, but Larry, the DFO. And once we got the okay, and he told us, he really just gave us creative control.
I mean,
and we
free
were
reigns,
almost
like, are they even?
Listen, we were almost like, okay, is he gonna ask us anything? Because when we first got the suits, we hadn't gotten a tie yet, because that was me and Ashley, where we did a lot of our, not, we don't beef, but just back and forth, because the suits are hunter green, and so we can't have a bright orange green. A bright orange. It needed to be in that earth tone family. Yeah. And so we were asking Larry, like, hey, does Coach Gray want to coordinate with the ties or whatever? Like, it was kind of like, no, whatever y'all do, we know y'all gonna be fired. And it was like, okay. All right, whatever. So hopefully they were pleased. I'm sure they were, so that was that. Coach Gray shot us too. We did not know he was going to come.
I'll be honest with you. We didn't know he was going to come with a gray suit either.
We did not know
that. We definitely thought he was going to be in that orange and green.
We 100% thought that he was going to be in some orange and green, but he shot us with gray skies too. So
he was sharp. I'm not dissing Coach Gray. You look sharp as heck, but it was totally different than what we've seen in the past. Yep.
He said he bringing the gray skies.
That's exactly it. It's his era now, huh?
Oh man. Well, look, like I said, I don't know. Though. I know somebody out there is going to do somebody, and I already said it earlier. Content creators out there. Somebody can do a best dress, and if FAMU ain't the top, you're getting blocked. Because there's no way you can do a best dress when you look at those images that our guys took. And there's other people doing stuff, and it's like, hey, great, oh y'all okay, y'all look nice, but no, nobody put it together like our guys did. So, I just want to make sure.
That's one thing for sure. Coming up to the SWAC, you look around the landscape and you recognize that on media day, everybody tries to, look a certain way. So we're like, okay, match. That's all it takes. And okay, this is the standard. We're gonna do our best to try to raise it.
We heard y'all. Y'all was sick of them green blazers, okay? We heard y'all, because we were too. We were sick of the mismatching khakis. We were sick of those oversized green blazers. We heard y'all, okay? And let me do this too. We thank Vince, because he did a tremendous job. The fitting, the everything, the alterations, the tailoring, the suits looked like they were, which they were custom made to really fit them. Yeah. But let me just take a moment of privilege. I'm sorry, to shout out our guys, Isaiah and Antonio, class act. Class act through the entire situation. They were responsible. They were, very appreciative. Exactly. You know what I mean? They were super, super, super excited. They didn't make our job hard. They trusted us as well. They just were excellent. They were top tier. They were a class act. And so shout out to Isaiah Knowles and to Antonio Kamen. Okay.
One thing, and I'm gonna tell you this. We're gonna make sure you know this too. Isaiah is a quarterback. Many have not. He has not been a rattler for a long time, but you don't have to worry. That man, he is a leader. He takes the lead on things. You do not have to. And this wasn't even pertaining to football, but his leadership skills and his just natural knack for it showed in so many ways. Isaiah did his thing. Antonio, you could see who they are as football players, and then you can also see them throughout the process of them as people. It kind of filters over. As funny as that may sound, like their skills on the field really did show through the process of the communications, and they were very respectful. So we have a bona fide leader on the team. Don't nobody have to worry about that.
Two of them, both of them,
and two of them, to be honest,
room, and in that offensive room. They were a class act.
They really were. And we have experience with previous. So this is not, we've had some previous experiences that did not go technically the way we wanted them to go. We just won't speak on that stuff, but it did not go the way we wanted to go. But I want you to know that this almost went I don't even think anything went wrong. No. Now that I'm sitting here thinking about
it. We had a close near fire put out, but it was all good. When them shoes
we did. We almost had to go to FedEx on some folks, but other than that,
was in some Stacey Adams, okay? Because we doggone shoes.
There was gonna be some lemon pepper steppers almost. Lord. It was going to mess up the whole look. But you know what? Don't worry about it because we figured it out. We got it right.
Ooh, man, like I said, well, I appreciate you sharing because, like I said, I think people deserve to kind of hear the behind the scenes on how it all came together, and then shout out to the FAMU photographers. I know TK was out there because I mean that adds to the look. I mean the video presentation, I mean just look at one more time. They found this. I mean obviously they got the nice outdoor setting. I mean it's just sharp. I mean, everything goes into it. So, I mean, you got to have the good photography skills and the photographers to kind of accent the look. Because the look, I mean, if you can't see it, I mean, we saw it because we were there, but this is the kind of stuff that sells it. And they were the suits. They moved too, because I know they did some stuff with the SWAT. In some kind of motion, so I mean, it just all was. I can't talk about it enough. But anyway, go ahead, Kelvin. I'm great stuff, man. Great stuff.
The chef's kiss.
Exactly, chef's kiss.
Because the first thing I said when I saw him, not the double-breasted. They don't know nothing about no double-breasted.
Listen, you don't accidentally put on a double breast. You got some intention when you put on a double breast.
That's right. That was old school. That's what I grew up on.
Right.
I love that our guys were out there. They didn't have on sunglasses and all the other stuff and the flashy earrings and necklaces. It was just a clean class. What you call it? That clean Florida boy look. I mean, that was just a clean. Everything was clean, subtle. It wasn't over the top.
Yeah.
All right.
We did not want that. That was the biggest thing we did. We remember, and this is no shade, Gremlin. We love y'all, Gremlin.
Oh yeah.
But we remember them tuxedos from from the Hugh Jackson era. The gold trim,
the clown tux.
Correct. That's the one thing we said. We were not going to become the bulletin board based on the way we look, because they still can't live that one down.
No.
Yeah. And green and orange is very easy to look. It can look tacky if it's not done.
If you're not careful, you sure can.
It can be very country. So we were that's why I said we kind of talked back and forth about the tie and making sure that it was in the same color families and things like that. We were very intentional about how we wanted them to look, because the truth of the matter is also too for us, we know that our guys are not going to get the chance this year to experience any type of postseason play and to really, you know what I mean? And so we wanted them to know that regardless, your family is behind you. You know what I mean? We want you to feel like how we see you. As world-class athletes. And that's what we wanted to do. So.
And I love their quiet confidence too. Walking, they weren't boisterous. They looked good and they walked through that place like they were confident.
They got so many compliments. Oh my goodness. Everywhere they went, the people were talking about how sharp they were.
So I'm on.
Hold on. So talk about, they weren't the only ones looking good now. You two had a little coordination going on too.
Yeah.
Hold on. So talk about y'all look.
Hold on, let me go find the pictures. I got some pictures somewhere. Let me see. I'm gonna let you keep
Well, we're gonna leave the picture off. We're gonna let them have a little imagination.
Right. But it was literally, last year was our first year going. And so this year we were like, last year we kind of just were surveying the landscape, just kind of peeping out the scene. And so this year we were like, we really want to be more professional, even in the way that we, address the interviews, everything. And so we needed to complete the look. And I'm not going to get Kelvin started by saying, but I am going to say, what we had on, everybody was coming to talk to us. They thought that we were FAMU administrators. They literally thought we were there they thought we were FAMU administration. We're like, hey, we don't work for FAMU. We don't work for FAMU. But so we just wanted to be polished. We wanted to be taken serious.
Right.
And so we made sure that
it's easy to get some misconstrued conceptions and things of that nature. So we're professional. We have a business. We operate as a business. So we got to look like professional women who know what we're talking about.
Right.
Were you able to connect with, because I know in the past I've seen Ken from the 1400 Club. I don't know if he was there this year. I know I talked to him last year, but were you able to connect with any of the other NIL related folks, or even just kind of Did the connection? Were you able to make some connections that you feel like will be beneficial? I see it. Yes. Okay.
We actually had a whole lot of
we did. We
people
made
that
a
were
lot of
non-rattlers.
connections.
Yes.
And I would say the biggest connection I think that we made, and I think that like you took Kelvin's point, us really looking the part and being professional. Kendra from the OBC. Yes, Kendra Bullock. Her, I think it was her publicist or whatever. We had a great conversation with her. We exchanged information. She was like, "Listen, I want to get you guys in media to work media for the OBC." Yeah. So we exchanged numbers and we had a good conversation. And I think that was probably because there's a lot of ideas that Ashley and I had around the OBC. And so to kind of cement that connection with her and her publicist or whoever, it was really, I think it was really like one of the better and most important networking opportunities that we made that day.
Yes.
I'm glad you said that because I don't know, Kelvin will tell you when we went to Fan Fest last year. Now, last year was the first time that I think because previous years I had to be inside at a certain time or I was in there early. Last year was the first time I was at Fan Fest and I actually did the whole look around.
Yeah.
And I soaked it up. I said, oh my God. I said, Kelvin, we got to do our show. I don't care. I know I have to be hopefully in the stadium by a certain time. I said, but Kelvin, we have to do this show during the fan. It's normally because we've done the show like in the morning when people are still setting up. But to do the show or be there when stuff starts. And I kept thinking the whole time, Kelvin, last year, man, Ashley and Tache, this is a feeding ground of people that I don't know how connected these people are to FAMU or FAMU's but I mean, I thought of Fang Exchange last year when I was looking around at this space of a lot of folks, FAMU folk who were out there, people that I don't know if I saw the rest of the year, but they were in South Florida. And they came for the game, and they came to be a part of the Fan Fest.
Yeah.
And so
I even had Ben Crump out there. Turner Ben.
Yes, Ben Crump was out there. So basically, I'm saying all this to say we will have a presence there, and you all are more than welcome, invited if you don't have your own thing already to set up camp in our space. I'm just letting you know that now. If you don't have your own space, you are more than welcome to come and set up shop where we will be. I'm just saying.
Thank you. We appreciate that.
Yeah. Okay.
That's some good information. Okay.
Yeah. All right. Go ahead. Oh, wait, Kelvin. What else we got? I mean,
I want the ladies to talk about what's coming up for Fang Exchange. I know y'all got a lot of stuff in the hopper, so share with us whatever you can.
You want to start? You can start. Go ahead.
Well, what we can for sure say is that we another tailgate is in the works for this upcoming season. We did it spring game, tremendous turnout, especially for the day, the time, and all the good things. So fall season rolls around. That is something that is in that should be in the works. We're working on a game day and all the logistics that goes behind that. But a tailgate, and we anticipated to be a larger turnout with, this would be the second time. That was the first one that we did in the spring game, but this would be the second iteration tailgate series, whatever we want to call it, that we do for the Rattlers and, to do for Coach Quinn. So that's one thing we're doing. We're also working on our next cohort.
Yeah, I was just about to get into.
Go ahead. So Tache can indulge in our next cohort that we're working on as well.
Yeah, so we actually we just wrapped the meeting up today. We officially will be having our second cohort, but we told y'all we scaling up this year, and we actually got the clearance. Our interns, we will have paid interns as well. We've made some connections actually with FAMU, with the university, with the I'm trying to think of Miss Tamara. I can never remember the career center. I don't know why. I'm thinking higher FAMU rather. But yes, with the Career Center. So that we are so excited about that because last year's cohort, it was great. We had about 25 students that we were that were in our program. And this year, same number, but we will, like I said, be able to pay some of our interns this year, and it will take us from it won't be one semester, but it'll go all the way into the next year. So we're excited about that because not only are we giving athletes opportunities, but it's just become, us being able to give opportunity to marketing students, graphic design students, business major students in all these different arenas of sports. So brand partnerships, graphic design, videography, NIL operations. And so a lot of our students want to be able to learn that business. It's so funny. Did you all dress like AB?
Don't read it.
I'm not gonna put that up.
Why would y'all make me
Sweet, don't do that.
Don't read it. Me and Kelvin read it at the same time.
I know. I was not gonna put it up.
I'm like, what did I do? I have a booger or something? No. What happened? But absolutely, Dwayne. We'll take credit for that as well. Anyway, yes, so we got the opportunity to not only give opportunities to our athletes, but to other FAMU students as well that are looking to get behind, on the other side of the athletic or of athletics. So we're excited about that.
I can't stop laughing.
Definitely, I can see. Yeah.
And another cool thing is that there's a potential for some certificate opportunities as well. That was a part of our conversation. So the students, the point of this, whether you're, if we dial back to the suits, we want to make sure that this is something that these student athletes can wear to another event. We don't want you to wear this suit one time and the outfit one time and you walk away and these are young men. These are going to be dads and husbands and professionals and some potentially professional athletes or just professionals in the workforce, and they will go to events and things where they can wear this suit again. So kind of the same concept when we talk about the students and the opportunities that they get from a professional perspective. We all know it's very hard to break into sports from a career perspective, and it's very hard to break into sports, and the experience you get makes all the world of difference. And when you can get it in school while you're insulated, get the experience for resume builders, but also, it will be real, like they're really going to be tapping into the real world experience. This is not a play, keep you busy. This is absolutely real world experience from a sports perspective. And we look forward to our next set of baby rattlers that'll come and join us and scale this thing up. Because myself and Tache, we're very serious about scaling up. Yeah. This is not a game for us. This is a real institution where we will make this thing bigger and better every year and every chance we
y'all
get.
Gonna earn these dollars, whoever.
Yes, and they're gonna earn these dollars because we have to report back. We're gonna have something to report back.
Absolutely.
That's when our mama mode come in.
and I will say, let me say, in adding to that, students, if you know of a student interested, they need to go to the Career Center, and you will see plenty of opportunities via work study. If you pay attention and you go to the career study, to the Career Center, and you have to be signed up to do work study. So that whatever that process is to get signed up to work study, you need to be a part of it. So if you know of a student on campus that has sports interest, there are a couple of opportunities that you will see if they go to the Career Center and look.
You can also get it. Well, specifically for us, you can also visit any of our social medias. We are going to put
we're gonna put that information.
You'll have that access because it will be, as you said, Bryan, through the Career Center. It will be on Handshake through the Career Center, but you'll be able to access those links from any Fang exchanges pages, or if you contact us or whatever on one of our personal pages, we'll definitely get you there. Also, I want to be specific to say they need to at least have financial aid. Even if you've not had work study, it would be easier if you've had work study, but we're not shunning, that if you have not had work study, if you have to be eligible for financial aid.
You have to qualify, in that way. But yeah, spread the word. If you have children and you're watching this, if you have friends, if you're watching this, if you have nieces, cousins, friends, children's friends, all the things, we want to make sure that we get the best and the brightest, which we know FAMU has the best and the brightest because we look at that GPA and test score that tells us that we already bring in the best and the brightest. So we want to get 20 or so of those individuals who are looking for a real world experience, and we're very serious and excited about being able to do that for our students as well as student athletes
in whatever arena. Even if you haven't worked in sports, but if you are a marketing major, right, or if you are a graphic design major, you may not have worked in sports or done any graphic design for sports, but if you have that experience, then absolutely 100%.
Right. Absolutely.
Go ahead and apply. And you will, we're going to have interviews and all those things, but go ahead and apply. We actually can tell you, we take the time and scour through resumes, and last year it was hours of hours of work going through resumes and interviewing, but because we know how this experience, what it can do for a resume for a person that's interested in, moving on in the real world. We put our all into it. So
FangExchange.com. I made the comment and I will echo it now, not just because you two ladies are here. With all of the folks who watch our show right now live, or who watch it later, or maybe you watch it on podcast or listen to it in podcast, we need all of you to be a part of FAMU's NIL program with Fang Exchange. Mm-hmm. Now, and I say that because you've already heard from Coach G. Kelvin we've talked about this before, but we just heard it from our coach. We aren't doing rev share, which I listened to a couple of schools today or yesterday on the MEAC who they were doing rev share. Mm-hmm. We're not doing cost of attendance. Mm-hmm. So we're missing opportunity. I got the spreadsheet here of the number of track and field athletes that we've lost. Coach G talked. Well, I'm gonna put the names out here because look, it's no shade. I didn't want to do that. I didn't want to do that while Coach G was on with us. But when we look at the names at some of the people that we've lost, people who have gone into the portal, right? I mean, we've lost names. We're losing people to LSU.
Yeah.
Right. Coach G is really he's developing athletes and he recruits very well.
Yeah, he is. I mean, we're losing top young people out of the cross country and track and field distance runners to Louisiana Tech. We're losing people to LSU and Louisiana Tech, as well as Iowa, men and women, mm-hmm. Joseph, the Rosier, another one we lost to LSU. So we lost 2 to LSU, 2 to Louisiana Tech, and then probably one of the more decorated ones that we just recently lost was Caitlin Smith to Iowa. So that's a Big Ten school. That's 2 to a SEC school, and 2 to where's Louisiana Tech playing out of? Are they out of the
probably just USA or Sunbelt?
CUSA.
Yeah, it's either USA or Sunbelt.
It's not Sunland Conference.
Sunbelt.
Sunbelt Conference. Sunbelt maybe.
Let's see.
But I mean, that's now Coach is very blunt. Hey, we're gonna replace and we're gonna get better. But I mean, that's what we're faced with. So when I talk and say this to all of the folks watching live and watching, please be a part of the solution. FangExchange.com is our only NIL outlet that FAMU has associated with it. And so if we want to have opportunities, mm-hmm. then it starts here. Until the university until the university gets together and we recognize that maybe we can offer cost of attendance or maybe we can offer rev share. I mean, This is where we're at.
Absolutely.
We have to recognize our counterparts. When you're talking competition, off the court or the field, we need to, there are ways that we can still compete because we're recruiting similar athletes. As we see larger schools with larger budgets are recruiting and taking our athletes, and we just have to be able, and being involved with Fang Exchange. There's so many ways to be involved with Fang Exchange. We have an alum that reached out to us yesterday about partnering with one of our student athletes, that we're going to make this partnership happen. So everybody's not a business owner, but for those of you who are, you perhaps have a marketing budget and you can do some things with any student athlete that you so choose, that's still a student, and that kind of helps you market your business and promote your business while helping a student athlete. You can become a member, of course. The free things you can do is word of mouth, as well as subscribe to the YouTube channel, and follow our social media pages at Fang Exchange. So there are so many things you can do, whether it's free, whether it does bring a cost to you. But more than anything, this is our school. No matter who's here, the one thing will remain is that we are going to be alums, no matter who's here or not, right? So this is ours, the way I view it. This belongs to us. And I tell Tache all the time, I don't care who's here. Guess who's going to still be here?
That's right.
In another year or 2 or 3 or 4 or 5, us. So we need to take ownership of it and speak with our dollars, speak with our influence, and we can do even better than we already do, because we do pretty well. Let's just be honest. We compete pretty well in different sports, but we absolutely can be much better at what we do.
Yeah, and I just want to add this. It hurts. I think the hardest part about the NIL conversations, right? Because Ashley and I have them all the time. A coach will call us and we have to talk to a kid, either one that's, whatever it is. I think the ones that hurt us the most, which is probably 95%, is none of them want to leave FAMU. They love FAMU. You know what I mean? But the reality is y'all, I don't know if y'all understand, but rent ain't $300 like it was for us when we were in college. You know what I mean?
Take me back.
we had an apartment, and all the $300 covered the lights, utility, it covered everything. These kids are paying $1,200 plus utilities and I'm not saying that they're going and living in these luxurious places. They have bills and things that they have to pay. And then, we get the conversation, well, why don't they just stay on campus? FAMU barely has enough dorms to house freshmen and sophomores, let alone a junior, a senior, a grad student. It doesn't happen. It just does. They just don't have the capacity to house them. It's as we're phasing out some of our older dorms and they're building new ones and beautifying our campus, it means that we're losing some of these places where they can be housed. And so the most hurtful thing is when a student wants to stay and we just don't have the means to help them stay. That is the most heartbreaking conversations that we have, because they love our school. Everybody knows you get bit by the bug, and they do. Yeah. They come and they get bit by the bug and they don't want to leave. But if Iowa is calling, because we hear that all the time too. Who in the world would go to Iowa? Who in the world? If Iowa will tell you they're gonna give you $7,500 a month, you know what I mean? Yeah. And some of them will take significantly less just to stay at FAMU, but just enough to be able to, take care of themselves or whatever it is. But if we don't have anything, if we can't counter with anything, we're already at a deficit. So, I don't want our alums to think that these students think it's just a money grab. You know what I mean? That there's no allegiance or that there's no love for the university. They love this university. They want to be here. Yeah. But the reality is they're making financial decisions that will benefit them. And you can't be upset with that.
Nope. Well said.
Mm-hmm.
Definitely well said. So opportunity folks who are watching, fangexchange.com. And, we can, nobody writes letters and emails better than FAMU folk. We know who to contact. I don't have to put the email addresses, but I mean, we really need to continue to ask the questions that need to be asked and find a way to say, when are we going to catch up? What are we doing to catch up to this changing landscape? Because I mean, I don't want to be I don't want to be that guy, but you're seeing this is probably the first offseason where we're seeing major numbers for non-football, right? I mean, we've seen it in basketball, but we've seen it in football. But man, we lost, we almost lost an entire infield in baseball.
In baseball,
you know, and we're seeing significant numbers. We're losing some in track.
Yeah,
you're losing some in softball. You know, now our coaches are great, and the thing is, we continue. The one thing that is continuing to bless and shine us is that we have outstanding coaches.
We do.
We have great coaches.
And that's another point that we can even consider is that we do have great coaches. And you know, you don't really get concerned if Shoot will recruit another outstanding athlete or any of our coaches for that matter. But we don't want our coaches to get jaded as well, because it gets hard as well to have to re-recruit your room every single year. Not that you don't have to re-recruit because it is a part of the game, but it's different when you're developing folks and they're just walking. It's like an open sinkhole. It's walking out the door, walk out the door. So we don't want our amazing coaches to get jaded as well and decide that, you know, as good as they are and as much as they even love FAMU, that there's an opportunity that fits them a little better than what we can offer. So not only does it affect the student athletes, but these coaches are working real hard to and recruit and develop, for that matter.
And we lose them too.
That's exactly my point.
You know, we lose them too. We lose them too, because literally I will go work at a Louisiana Tech where I know they have the NIL budget, and I'm not going to have to be begging kids. It's hard. You know, let's just be honest. It's an easier draw. It may not be as attractive of a school, but I can offer this kid some money. You know what I mean? It's really tough. My heart goes out to the coaches.
Yeah. I don't know what I'm gonna just go ahead and say this. I do not know. I just don't understand where Invisible Suit is, and
oh my god,
and
you have a new name.
Yeah, Invisible Suit, and I don't understand why it's so hard to do revenue share. Just add $5 to a ticket, and put it in an account for. I mean, come on, people. Let's show some leadership.
And that part, adding $5 to a ticket or whatever, you know, creative way is explored, that has nothing to do with NIL. So imagine just, you know, that's a small drop in the bucket that you use volume as opposed to, so you get quantity and say, all right, we're going to sell 5,000 tickets and we're going to add $5 and you do the math or whatever it may be, season tickets that is. And then you do it by 15, 17, 20,000 people that sit in the stands on weekends. We have 6 home games. Just do the math. Like, it's sheer math. And that's above our pay grade. You know, that's an athletic department, you know, decision to make. And that's aside from NIL, and that's the distinction and the difference. But again, we have but sister schools who are doing both or more. And we can't just sit on the sidelines and act like being in orange and green is enough, because at one point it was enough. We have to accept that it's just not enough anymore to win over. Our education is amazing. That's one facet, but we're watching them walk out the door, so we don't have to speculate if it's enough.
Can I respond to that question in the chat?
Yeah. What's that question?
They keep talking about the aux funds. We can't do that. That's above our pay grade. Everybody keeps asking about NIL being used for the auxiliary funds and those funds.
And to be honest, based on what we know, it can be used.
That's what I'm trying not to say.
But we aren't the people who make that decision. It's above our pay grade. So
we need a plan. Well, we need to see the plan. We need to execute the plan.
Yeah.
2030.
I tell you what, Fang Exchange has a plan. And we work our plan. We've been working it within the realms of what we're allowed to do. And we have a bigger plan than the one you've seen. So that's one place you can trust and put
it's not a concept of a plan.
And it's not a concept. It's not an idea. It's nothing mystical about it.
It won't roll out in 2028 to 2030. None of that. We're working the plan currently.
We're here and we're willing and able.
You can visit our website and see it plain. So until we have the 2030 plan implemented, you can join in with Fang Exchange and begin to make some headway so that we do not lose our athletes to schools in our conference. That's also very disturbing and disgusting.
Yeah. What about social house? Is social house still active?
Yes, social house is still it's still active. Yep. They're in the stores. Couple of some different stores.
Too, yeah. And I think other places in Florida. Didn't we hear?
Yep, we got it. We have there's some areas in Florida as well, but it's absolutely on shelf in Tallahassee.
Or online,
of course. So social house is still in motion. We're actually rolling up on our third year. We did a contract, so we'll roll up on our third year and we'll have some new things to talk about.
Okay.
Very soon.
Got to promote those who support us.
Absolutely.
All right. Well, ladies, we appreciate your candor, your time, your efforts, everything. I don't know if somebody look during the course of the year, I'm sure the last game of the season, but if somebody's not already working to have our team suited and looking nice for the Florida Classic, I know some people they can call, but I would hope that somebody reaches out because it might be a little too early to do anything for the Orange Blossom Classic, but I think by the Florida Classic, it would be great to see.
We would love to do it.
We would love to be able to do it. We would love to. We will happily.
Expensive.
It will not be a drop in the bucket, but
it won't.
Yes.
No,
like
yeah,
anything,
yes.
we can do it. We can do it.
Yeah.
You're thinking about what 100 athletes. Imagine how much your standard suit may cost. But when you start coming with numbers and usually those minimum order quantities, and now y'all can tell I work in supply chain. You can start negotiating,
we
price breaks and cuts, and we've discussed it, but we just need our people to come in. Vince is a local to Tallahassee. Vince is known around the city, so I can't imagine him or anyone else who may be able to partner with us to make this happen. We would love to see all 90 to 100 of our athletes looking as good as Isaiah and Antonio did. We wouldn't love nothing more than that. And for it to be a yearly thing, because if it's tailored to them, you get new athletes. You're going to need new. We don't have to keep. We would love for that to be a thing. And
let me say this: it's not going to be cheap collectively, but it ain't an exorbitant amount of money per person. Let me just say that it's feasible. You absolutely can. You sure can go right on www.fangexchange.com and give one-time donation. But the truth is, when we say that it's not, cheap, when you talk about outfitting 98 players, you know what I mean? But it's not like we went and just, broke the bank or whatever.
No, we did not, and we don't have to.
Yeah,
Hey,
and we wouldn't have to. And I believe that we could find a way to, because Vince worked with us even in outfitting the guys now. So I think that he would be willing to, and I'm speaking for him, I shouldn't. So let me not say that. But I'm sure we can find somebody, that would be willing to.
That would be willing to.
We don't mind doing the work, the research to find somebody that would, but we need partners. And somebody mentioned something about the corporate route. Fang Exchange is already implementing that. Those corporate dollars, it's just hard. And like Kelvin said, I'm going to be not extremely candid, but it's hard to secure corporate dollars when you don't have all the backing that you need from the higher ups. So corporate dollars, they want to see some type of connectivity and some synergy with those people that they feel can move the needle. And so what you're seeing in Fang Exchange with Ashley and I is what we call a glorious grind. It is us getting it out the mud, nickel by nickel, penny by penny, brick by brick. So we always endeavor to make sure that people know where their money is going. We don't desire to be flashy and all of that like some of our other counterparts, but we do want you to know where your money is going. So we appreciate even you guys, bringing us on to talk about this, because everybody didn't know who outfitted them. A lot of people didn't know.
Right.
Brian, will you put the info at Fang Exchange email, if you can, on the screen? I want Dwayne to send an email so I can send him a link for
the one time.
For the one time, it was on the website. We needed to remove it for some other reasons, but it's still available.
You wanted to put the.
Let's see.
Let me see.
info@fangexchange.com is the email. So please email me, Dwayne. We're happy to take, like we said, one-time donations, recurring donations, as well as even if it's simply let me put you in contact with this particular individual who can and will and who's serious about giving and donating to Fang Exchange by way of for NIL purposes. So there are many ways to do this. This is an email that we'd love for you to email us, and we'll send over a link. It's not a private link. It's just that it's not on the website. So anybody can receive this one-time link. It's just a matter that we need it for our website hosting. There was a reason that we removed it. So there's no issue there, though. I just want to make that clear.
Yeah, and just to let people know, if you go to fangexchange.com and under memberships, you can choose to contribute monthly. You know, there are several different rate or levels that you can choose to give monthly. You know, and I think, you know, if you, or like you said, you can use that email address. If you want to do a one-time donation, it's helpful. Yeah, we need everybody to be involved in this process, and you know, hopefully those conversations will eventually happen. You know, hopefully you all will have a conversation with somebody.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. You know, I don't know. Maybe we all just go beat down Troy and say, Troy. I'm just saying, you know, we hold Troy hostage and maybe cutting off eyebrows early before the start, Troy.
No, right. We gotta make sure everybody. We gotta make sure everything. We gotta make sure everybody look good, feel good. You know, we already have what people are trying to hold over our heads as our postseason, but hey, I'm ready to play spoiler alert if you ask me. So
yeah, exactly. And will you two be at? Let me see. Will you be at the? What is it coming up in August 22nd? The Rattler Booster thing. Will you be there for that?
Is it the Fan Day?
Fan Day, yeah.
You know what's funny is we break into Tache. Larry did say something about that to me, but of course I didn't relay it yet.
I'm trying to see. I had the.
But Larry mentioned did say that in passing. So we were talking about some other things, and he kind of threw that out there. So potentially, that was something that would be a even better visibility wise, from a visibility standpoint. So Larry did kind of mention very quickly, and we didn't say anything else about it, but it is coming up.
Okay. All right. Let me see.
Thank you, Joel Banks. We appreciate it. Thank you so much.
Thank you. We definitely appreciate it.
Every penny goes back to those athletes.
Yeah. If we're not paying for administrative things, nope. If it's not administrative,
we pay ourselves.
No, we don't.
Every dollar goes back to those athletes.
Right. FAMU did more than enough that we can give.
Handling the administrative things, website and all that stuff, subscriptions, things like that. But the more that you give, the more that we can help our athletes.
Yep, and that's literally the point, because Coach Quinn came in not long ago. He's comfortable now, but it hasn't been that long, so he needed to survey his own landscape, Coach Quinn, and then you got all our Olympic sport coaches as well, that we need to support as many sports as possible, not just the football thing. We need to be supporting track and basketball and softball and baseball and all the different sports that are there, and golf even. Sasha
signed all those athletes.
Yep. Sasha is actually doing another event coming up soon with that he'll be able to do that'll put FAMU's golf on the big stage again, and so Sasha's a Fang Exchange athlete. So your money is going to the right places. We just need to increase it. That's essentially what it is. Like, let's enhance and increase what we already do.
Very good. Very good. All right. Info@fangexchange.com. or simply go to fangexchange.com and go be a member, Rattlers. Let's go. Sometimes we have to. We somebody asked me the other day. I said, "Man, you guys, we raise money. We find a way. Even through the frustration, we find a way. So eventually, it's gonna come together. Just keep hope alive. Keep hope alive. That's all we can do, right? Keep hope alive.
Right.
All right. Ladies, again, thank you. What about the shows? Are you guys still doing the shows weekly, or when's the next show coming back?
Yep.
We actually need to bring them back. We're going to end up changing our day too.
Okay.
We've kind of been toying with the Thursday to Tuesday thing, and Thursday was kind of our staple night, but we need to make some changes on that and move it to like officially be Tuesdays. So yes, we are coming back to our shows. We're kind of trying to come up with some new concepts and kind of keep the fire rolling and enhance what we do. Again, that word scale comes back to mind. And yeah, so we're coming back. We just kind of took the summer break that some people, I don't think y'all take a summer break. Y'all keep it going. Y'all keep it going.
We take a summer break.
Yeah, we take a summer break, but we'll be back. So look for us on Tuesdays as we roll back into the fall season and kind of cover all the fall sports and talk, make some bets and tell some lies, like Troy like to say. And we'll kind of speak a little bit more on our opponents than we have in the past. We've kind of been very streamlined to FAMU. We're going to open this thing up and talk more about opponents and what we see from that perspective.
Good stuff. All right. Ashley, Tache, thank you again, ladies. Great job. Enjoy working with you and being in the space with you all. And it's
Fashion Divas.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Put another feather in our cap, huh? Fashion.
Right. That's right. Yeah. Hey, I'll let y'all dress me too.
We got you, Kelvin. We're gonna get you right.
We got you. And Rick Kinsey, we got you on that tie.
We got you on that tie, and we also got you on that conversation,
on
that
the
tailgate conversation.
Yeah. Definitely will contact you about that. Thank you for having us.
Yes. Take care, ladies. Have a good night.
Good night.
Have a good one.
Soon.
You too.
Good stuff. All right. Oh boy. Loaded show today, Kelvin. Loaded show.
It was, man. Like old times.
Yeah, definitely. Like old times, man. Loaded show. I think we hit on a lot of the stuff. I know we mentioned that you mentioned the quarterbacking transfer, but I don't think we really put the graphic out there. Which, obviously, let me see. I know we've got some. Let me go through the latest recruits.
Slides.
Yeah, I got some slides here. I'll start with football here. The latest recruit from the football world, and this was actually announced by Coach Gray during the SWAC media day. I don't know who he mentioned it to. Do you recall who? I don't think it was with us.
It wasn't.
Was it with Troy?
It might have been on the main stage.
Might have been on the main. Okay. Well,
yeah.
He did mention a transfer from Citadel. A young man by the name of Dustin Fletcher. Is his name. Rated a 3-star out of high school. You can see he spent some time at Northern Illinois, then at Alabama A&M, and then at the Citadel.
He's an older player.
But, when there's a YouTube video that you see that Marcus has there. The video said he was a Citadel grad transfer with 2 years of eligibility.
Mm-hmm.
It was a 2-year starter. Apparently, he was a part of NIU's MAC championship team. So, competition, and competition. And it's good to have. I think what's good is you have an experienced quarterback in the event that, maybe something happens to QB1.
Yeah.
And, if your younger guys haven't matured quite the way you'd like for them to, you keep this thing going.
Yeah, right. Because the depth chart had a true freshman, a red shirt freshman or sophomore, competing for the two job behind him.
Two true freshmen, if I'm not mistaken, right?
Correct. Yeah.
One of them who came in early in the spring, one who probably came in the summer, or is on campus now. Then you had the red shirt. So outside of, we were really young. Yeah. So this is this would be one of the more experienced guys that you got in the room.
It might be the one who played against Miami on a Thursday.
Hey. Yeah, I could see it. I could see it. Let me see. Let me go to, I know softball has made some recent, we've had some signings in softball. Let me see if I can pull up that information here. As file size. Okay, hold on. File size is too big. Oh boy. Give me a second here. Oh, you know what? I could do a let me see how quickly I can pull this together. There's a couple of ways to pull this off here. While I'm doing this, Kelvin, anything you've seen from the softball, the new players from softball that you? Let me see. In total, I count that we have a total of 7. No,
yeah,
8.
And if you think about it, I went back and looked at last year's roster. I think we had one. We were under the 25 because you can have 25 scholarship players. I think our roster listed 24, and I don't know if all 24 was full scholarships either. Probably not. So we had a couple of spots available. We had 4 to graduate, and then we had 2 to transfer, and 1 is off the team. So we just replenishing what we lost pretty much.
Yeah. So these are the signings as of this summer. Now the new class, there were 3 ladies that signed back in November of 25. And then starting right here with Paris Rogers, where she signed in June. And then more recently in the month of July, the most recent signings are Trinity Hatcher, who she's out of Winter Haven High School. Just a transfer from University of West Alabama, class of 2024 from out of Winter Haven High School. She was voted an NFCA Division II Rawlings Gold Glove team member for this past year. You can see she plays outfield. That Division II team at West Alabama won the Gulf Coast Conference and made it to the South region. Also, recently signing Victoria Rudolph. She's an infielder from Riverview, Florida, Sumner High School. Class of 2025. Nope, hold on. Class of 26, actually. Her school recently competed in the 7A District 11 semifinals. Infielder, don't know exactly what position she plays, but She is a high school recruit. Josephina, I believe pronunciation is Lecaye. I hope I said that.
Yay.
She's actually from Argentina. She's from Argentina, 6'2". A transfer from Alabama A&M, previously went to Chipola. Well, I tell you, that Chipola connection, boy, we continue to get some good talent from out of Chipola.
Yep.
Just a year removed, where she played with Alabama A&M previously, but 6'2", that's nice size. She's a pitcher and a utility player. Interesting pickup. And then the most recent, as of yesterday, Tache Carruthers. She's a catcher / utility from Oxford, Mississippi. Played at Mississippi Delta Community College and Holmes Community College. Both of them are in Mississippi. She's a high school class of 24. So she played on a really good team in Oxford, Mississippi, her senior year. So yeah, I don't know if we've got any more signings left in the barrel, Kelvin, but we might be kind of.
I think we tapped out now.
We tapped out.
Unless we lose somebody else.
Yeah, unless we lose somebody else. But it'll be interesting to see, how all of this comes, how all of this meshes. Just scanning through our Olympic sports. Let's see. We've got a few baseball. We got some baseball guys here. Baseball has had some recent signings as well. And this is going, we mentioned the guys who were in the month of June. Let's start with here in the month of July. Recent signings from baseball. Ty Villardo from out of Jensen Beach, Florida. Went to Jensen Beach High School, first baseman and outfielder. Let's see. He was a class of 2024, most recently transferring from the University of North Florida, where he played last year on a team. They were the ASUN Conference division champions, but these are committed. I don't know if he's signed. I see Edwin asking if he's signed. I don't know if Ty is signed yet. The graphics will tell you, as you saw with the softball ones were signed. These are committed guys, so we don't have signatures on them yet, but they are committed. Another commitment from July, from the 17th, Matthew Dumas from Lake City, Florida. He's a class of 23 high school player, played at most recently Erskine College in South Carolina. Previous to that, he was at Lake Sumter State College in Leesburg, 5'7" outfielder. Matthew Dumas. It's a nice picture there.
Mm-hmm.
And then also just recently signed over the weekend.
Committed.
Excuse me. Thank you. I believe it's Keneas Davis. He's a pitcher and infielder from out of Atlanta, Georgia, class of 24. Recently played the last 2 years at Alcorn State. And most recently played in the HBCU Swingman Classic. So goes by the nickname of Spanky Davis.
Great nickname. Old school nickname.
I know, right? So good to see us be able to get somebody. Obviously they only took 50 of the top players in the Swingman Classic. So to be able to get, we lost a couple.
Yep.
Went to the Swingman, and to be able to get one, that's a pretty good pickup.
Yep.
Let me see. In total, let me see what the numbers. Let me just do the math there. Let me see how many different baseball. Let me see. Ooh. Wow, I counted 24. 24 commits and signees dating back to November for this season. Wow, that's a lot. Yeah, we'll have to kind of confirm those rosters with Coach a little bit later.
Well, baseball, I think the new number for them is 34 or 35 full scholarships that they can offer. I don't know if coaches got up to that number yet. Probably not, but
some of the track and field, we had Coach G on earlier, and Coach G was talking about, some of the replacements and some of the new additions, even though we've lost, some student athletes, about, 6 or 7. These are some of the new recruits. Altavian Grant, he's a sprinter from McDonough, Georgia, class of 25. He was just recently at UAPB this past season.
Quarter guy, right?
Yeah, he ran the 800 in the outdoors. Also ran the 400 and the 4x2. So,
yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, they UAB usually keeps some good quarter milers.
Mm-hmm. Also committed Elijah Kellum. He committed on July 7th. He's a sprinter and a jumper from Springs, Florida, went to Bradford High School, class of 24. He transferred, been at 2 different schools since then. He started at Bethune-Cookman, and then he transferred to Southern Miss, which is where he was this past season. So he's back in the state of Florida, coming back to FAMU. In the Sun Belt outdoor track and fields, he participated in the long jump. So you can kind of see his numbers there, long jump and triple jump numbers. Elijah Kellum. And then we got another young lady here, a mid-distance runner, Elizabeth Brooks. She committed back on July 10th. She's from Pearland, Texas, went to Shadow Creek High School. She is an incoming freshman. And looks like her track program was a 6A state championship program in 25. In 26, this past year for her senior year, she finished 3rd in states in the 800 meters. And at the area championship, let me see, the district championships. Okay, I'm reading it right. District championship, she finished 3rd. At the area championship, she finished 2nd. So I think that is what the area kind of looks like. That's Texas. But anyway, it's always a good thing. Those Texans. They run hard in Texas. So good to have Elizabeth Brooks coming in. Let me see if I got any others any other news. Nothing on the women's basketball front. They're all loaded. Men's basketball program is loaded. I will say, coming up this weekend, one of our recruits, let me get the name right because I saw it. Alex Montez. Remember Alex Montez?
Yep.
Hold on, I'll show the graphic here. Montez, of course, is signed with us. He signed back in May. He's a 6'6" shooting guard. He's actually going to be a part of the Puerto Rican team's under 20, the U20.
Mm-hmm.
And I know that because he's actually playing with a young man who I coached and played in our program at OCP, Isaiah Brown, who goes to Florida.
Mm-hmm.
So, and Isaiah is 6'6", and I happened to be looking at, the notification that Zay was playing with the Puerto Rican national team, the under 20 team, and then I looked down right underneath his name, Alex Montez, 6'6".
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, oh, okay. So for those of you want to get a look at what Alex Montez looks like, make sure to check out I think it's FIBA. Don't get me. Check my Twitter. I'll have more info about it. But I know the dates. They're in training camp right now, and I think their first games are this starts this Saturday, the 25th, 6th, and 7th, if I'm not mistaken, or it's the 24th, 5th, and 6th. But yeah, so who knows? Maybe it'll be good. I'll try to hunt down some more information and post it. If you're following us on social media, Twitter or Instagram, I'll post that or retweet. Since Alex will be participating, it'd be good for us to kind of pay attention and follow along and watch him do what he does and get a real taste. All right. All right, Kay. Any other recruiting info you wanted to run through?
No, man. I think we done got through a lot of meat and potatoes. The other stuff we'll catch on the next show.
All right. Sounds good. We'll get the more, and we promise we'll get into next week. We'll do more of the ONG award stuff. I don't think I don't think there've been any changes. Have there? Don't need to be any changes. Okay, so we'll go ahead and get that going and get ready to release the nominees for the 2026 ONG awards, and we'll kind of try to do the voting here within a weekly time span. Get it done in a week and announce all the winners here, probably by the 1st of April, the first week of August. Excuse me. Because I just looked at, we're coming up on the end of the month. So,
Yep.
All right. Did you notice gas prices jump? I don't know what it is in Tally, but you noticed today it was like $3.99.
Well, yeah. There's something happening in the straits of.
I just wanted to turn around. I was driving. I just wanted to turn around and go back home and just sit in the house when I saw that. I'm like, damn, $3.99.
Bro, that's 87. That's regular. I'm pumping 93.
Sorry to hear that. Yeah, major jump today. Man, it's so depressing. It's so sad. All right. Well, again, we got to thank all of our guests from today. Again, Dr. Jason Black, FAMU Esports. Make sure to follow. If you would. Make sure to follow. Hold on, let me make sure I get the right Instagram account here. Kind of scrolling down. At FAMU
VGC.
VGC is the FAMU Video Game Club Instagram. Dr. Jason Black. You can, if you have some information and you want to reach out to him, you can do that as well. And some exciting news coming with the esports and all that. Should be looking for those announcements here in the next.
Stop, little baby. Don't get me started, little baby.
Also, got to thank Coach Ellenwood and Coach Kinchin for joining us. Always good conversation, finding out about what's going on with our track and field and cross country programs. Appreciate all their candor and honesty. And then, of course, always love and respect. Thank you to Ashley and Tache, FangExchange.com, FAMU's only NIL program. Want to encourage all of you to go to FangExchange.com and go sign up and be a part. We need all of you. If you're watching and listening to the show, we need you to go be a part of Fang Exchange. And let's continue to find a way to bridge the gap in this new world of college athletics, and encourage you all to stay engaged. Any questions that you have, you can contact the FAMU, appropriate FAMU administrators, and the board of trustees, the president. You guys know how to send emails, but we have to be vigilant, and we have to ask questions, and we have to continue to push for greatness and excellence, because this is a opportunity that sometimes it makes you feel like we're missing, Kelvin. We're missing, and trying to understand why is the greatest head shaker in the world. And I don't want people to continue to say, oh, that's just FAMU being FAMU. No, come on, we got to be more than that.
Yeah, and to that point, I guess we should mention the strike tour this weekend, Chicago and Atlanta.
Yeah, did you put that in the thing?
I think I did. Let's see. Did I put the Atlanta one in there? Yeah, I got the Atlanta flyer.
Okay, hold on. I gotta make it a little smaller. Yeah, go ahead and let people know about those dates again. Atlanta and Chicago are this weekend, right?
Yeah, they'll be in Atlanta on the 25th, which is Saturday, at JR Crickett's, a local restaurant that's owned by a Rattler, at 7 p.m. in Smyrna, Georgia.
Which? Oh yeah, that's up there. Yeah, I know where that one is. That's not far from my sister.
Mm-hmm.
Hold on, I got I'll put the graphic up here right now. And then where's the Chicago one happen?
Let me make sure, because they didn't do a flyer. I hadn't seen a flyer for that one, but I do have let me see if it says.
EA, you're going to have to show up and find out. That's about the best I can tell you. Probably. I'd be surprised if he's not.
I do not have the location of the Chicago one, so you might have to reach out to. Oh, here you go. At the home of Stephen and Jean Hall. Is being hosted by Bryan Booker, Cheryl Brooker, and Stephen Hall and Amber Spencer. 7 p.m. Friday, Chicago. Now, where that is, reach out to Marvin Green. You're on mute.
Hold on. I think I just erased Marvin's email address, email info off my list here. Doggone it. Yep, I did. I had his email address and everything saved. Well, I think it's marvin.greenjr. All right. So there's the Atlanta Strike Tour. So Chicago on Friday, and then flying to Atlanta on Saturday.
Yep.
All right. Well, there you go. All right. If you see any of the folks who have watched the show or been a contributor to the show, rather, send them a note. Let them know you appreciate them coming on the show, and stay locked in with the BCSN Pod Zone. Those of you who are podcast listeners, You can find the BCSN Pod Zone on Amazon Music, iHeartRadio, Apple Podcast, Spotify, anywhere that you listen to podcasts. BCSN Pod Zone. Hit the thumbs up and the like button if you would, whether you're watching us on Facebook or YouTube. You can always donate to the program. Thank you to, hold on, we had somebody who contributed earlier. A Willa 38, appreciate you for dropping some gems on us. Thank you. Appreciate you. Makiba West rejoined as a returning member, even though it said new member, returning member. You can also join the Black College Sports Network's YouTube page there. You can also drop a gem, a super chat, all of that good stuff if you're a part of the MyJBN Online, which is the Jericho Broadcast Network's Black College Sports Network YouTube page.
And I'll just do a quick tease. We don't have the dates locked in yet, but I have the commitments. Of course, the fall sports coming up, so we'll have volleyball, Coach GoatCon coming on soon, as well as men's basketball to talk about some of their stuff. And this time, instead of Coach Ward, we'll have the second in command. And then
Coach Ladd's going to join us, huh? Okay.
Yep. And I know that the women's have their camp coming up in August also, their league camp, the women's basketball. So,
all right. Okay, so still got to see volleyball schedule. Still looking for that stuff. Just also want to give again, we mentioned this last Wednesday, but just again sending out our our condolences, thoughts, and prayers to the family of Dennis Driscoll. Dennis's father passed last week. So incredibly tough time for those of you who have been in that situation of losing a parent. And so Dennis, we're keeping you in our thoughts and prayers. And so say a prayer for Dennis and his family if you would. All right. Well, that's going to do it. Keep us posted out there. You can always find us on social media. Tag us, ONG Strike Zone, anybody at the Strike Tour. We'd love to be able to promote it, talk about it, share any good news, any dollar numbers, whatever.
Yeah, give us some numbers.
Yeah, give us some numbers. Jacksonville, I still haven't heard the Jacksonville numbers yet. So if there's any numbers out there, feel free to share it with us at ONG Strike Zone. And that's good stuff. So, All right. That's going to do it for tonight. For Marcus Green, who couldn't be with us tonight, and Kelvin Rozier, that's him. I'm Bryan Fulford. Thank you for watching tonight's show. As always, family, be safe, be wise, stay cool, and don't forget to strike, and strike again. Peace out, everybody.